Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the KFC Big Bash. Now, this one, it is starting in about 30 minutes' time. But first of all, we have got another game that has taken place at the moment. The Adelaide Strikers, they are taking on the Hobart Hurricanes and what looks like it will be a very exciting one. My voice should come around in a very short moment. I think that's why we started this one so early as well, so that I could warm up the vocal cords and get going. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you did enjoy the day of ashes that we did see as well. At the moment, the Hurricanes, they will require 99 runs from 66 balls, but as soon as the match does start between the Brisbane Heat and the Melbourne Stars, we will be transferring over to that one. It is going to be at the Gabba. The Heat, they managed to lose that toss, unfortunately for them, so it does mean that the Stars, they got the call and they decided that they want to have a bowl first. And at these conditions, we have got Betty Wagon in the chat. As said, yo, welcome in to the live stream. I hope you are doing well. And I hope you are excited for the BBL. We didn't cover this game, but that is because it did have the overlap with the Ashes, which seems like maybe we will be on the last day, unfortunately, for the next kind of moment. Unfortunately, it seems like last day will be day 3, which is something we weren't expecting when we were heading into this game as well. We have got the, hey, Hurricane should win its own. Sounds like you need a barley sugar or 10 as well, says Jay. I think it will start to fire up as we keep on talking a little bit more. That is why we gave ourselves so much time for this game. We are currently 31 minutes away from the Heat versus Stars, but I thought I might as well do a little bit of the Adelaide Strikers versus Hobart Hurricanes alongside it as well. But while we are also at it, I will mention the points situation we have got at the moment. Be sure to get your predictions in for how many runs you think the Brisbane Heat batting first will be able to get for themselves. But Ben McDermott at the moment, as you can see, he is moving up very nicely. 42 not out off 28 deliveries compared to Darcy Short, who is sitting on 26 off 21, and he just himself 100-meter 6 as well, Darcy Short, which is very impressive indeed for him there. But do let me know what you thought of the Ashes today, ladies and gentlemen. What are we thinking? Do we think it will go through to the final session of it, day 3, or do we think it will be over a little bit earlier than that? England, they need a partnership. Joe Root, Ben Stokes, those two need to work together to try and build up something good for those sides. But it's going to be tough, that is for sure. But anyone who's new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be transferring straight over to the Melbourne Stars versus Brisbane Heat game as soon as that comes underway. Oh, I'm liking it. 210 from Novmum, so she is going big with the Brisbane Heat here, saying that they will be able to get themselves a lot of runs in a hurry. Darcy Short at the moment, he looks like he might have injured himself, which would not be ideal, and Ashes be over before lunch tomorrow as well, says JAs. And I feel like the only good thing about it being over so early is the fact that my voice might be able to recover just a little bit before we get into the next test match that is taking place, which is New Zealand taking on Bangladesh. I think it will be over by the 3rd session tomorrow as well, says Robert. But yeah, England in a very tough position. They did not want to lose the wickets that they have. We have got a 187 for 7 as a prediction from Paddy Wagon. Like we mentioned, it is at the Gabba for this matchup, so they have got a lot of potential there. The Brisbane Heat at the moment, the way that the table is sitting, with the winner of this game looking like it could go the way of the Hobart Hurricanes, perhaps. They have been able to get themselves a bash boost point, which will move them up now onto 11 points. So that puts them into 3rd from the get-go. But whoever wins this game out of the Heat or the Stars, depending on who wins this game between the Hurricanes and the Strikers, it might put them up to 4th place or somewhere around there. And I'm going to the Stars. Going the Stars 190 as well, says Robert, although they are actually batting second for this one, for the Melbourne Stars. So they are going to be bowling first. So do let me know how many runs you think that the Brisbane Heat will be able to get. Amish, apologies for swearing in the chat, mate, but I've had enough with these embarrassing pillocks. It's been a tough series for an England fan as well, says Sebastian. No worries. I don't even remember where you did swear. I feel like that's the thing because my YouTube one is done on top chat replay rather than all chat replay. I feel like it probably ends up disappearing for the ones that do actually have swearing in it. So I don't actually think I've seen too many of them overall. And I feel like I've probably said more swear words than you that I know of. So I guess all of them have just been avoided. So it is all good. No worries there. And at this stage, yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how that day of the Ashes goes tomorrow as well. And also we have got I'm going for the Stars for the 190. But at the moment, we are going to be watching that game as soon as this game is finished for this one. Or in fact, it will actually be before this game is finished for the BBL. We are still sitting around 30 minutes away from the start of the Heat versus the Stars, but they will be carrying over to the coverage very soon. It looks like Rashid Khan at the moment having a bit of a hug with Darcy Short. Not too sure what happened there. And 190 for the Heat, as well. says Robert there in the chat. And a lot of people, that's the thing, this is a later night game, which does mean there will be less predictions, which means there's more chance of it being able to get there. And Bomb should just declare and call the game, as I says JA's there and at the chat as well. It will be interesting to see how long that England do bat it out. That's the thing, Joe Root, Ben Stokes. Imagine if those two get like a 200-run partnership between them and all of a sudden, like it is still on. Of course, that is very optimistic thinking, but who knows? It is the Ashes. We have seen crazy things happen before. And there we go. The voice maybe comebacking, maybe coming back, I think is the order that I was going for as well. But this game, it is going to be taking place at the Gabba. Like I mentioned, Melbourne Stars versus the Melbourne Stars. No, that's them. Melbourne Stars taking on the Brisbane Heat for this upcoming game. And at the moment, I think I just wanted an excuse to be able to watch some of the bowling of the Adelaide Strikers. They've got some very good players. They've got Darcy Short, who was out at the crease at the moment for the Hobart Hurricanes. Matt Shaw, he didn't get himself too many runs, and there was a rain delay, I believe, in the game. Optimistic, I'd say, on the edge of delusional as well. Says Sebastian there. Yeah, 200 might be quite a few. To be fair, I feel like if England get themselves 200 as a team, that's probably very well done on that pitch, because it looks like it is starting to get a little bit more dangerous as well. We have got there India versus South Africa. It's delayed due to the rain. First sessions washed out as well. I did see that. So it does mean that it is going to be unfortunate for those guys and their matchup. But at the moment for the BBL, we have got a couple more matches taking place. Like I mentioned, the Heat are sitting in 5th. The Stars are sitting in 7th. So both of them will be wanting to make their way forward in the competition as we get closer and closer to the stage of, I guess you could say, the playoff games. We're already sitting 23 games in to this BBL. Melbourne Stars have a 57% chance of being able to win this one compared to 43% chance for the Brisbane Heat as well. Marcus Stoinis, Joe Clark, Joe Burns, Glenn Maxwell, Andre Russell as well, Hilton Cartwright, Bo Webster, Nathan Courtenay, Adam Zampa is back for them as well. Case Ahmed, Brody Couch, and then Sam Rainbird and Nick Larkin are the two X-Factor players. Then for the Brisbane Heat, the side who are batting first, they've got Max Bryant and they have got Chris Lynn at the top of the order. They need those two men to be able to fire. Ben Duckett, Sam Easler, Tom Cooper, Jimmy Pearson. Then it is going to be James Baisley, Mark Stickery. Majip is going to be there with his spin deliveries. Kuhneman they have decided to go with as well, who's batting first. And Heat versus Stars as well, says Robert. So it is going to be the Brisbane Heat who do have the bat in hand first. And then Xavier Bartlett and Jack Wildermouth will be the two X-Factor players. And also I should remember Liam Guthrie, because he has been going quite nicely for himself as well. But they are all the men that we have got for these two sides. But like I mentioned, the game is coming up very, very soon. The Heat, they did end up actually winning the toss. Sorry, wait a minute. I've got that around the wrong way. The Heat have won the toss and they chose to bowl. My application has lied to me. So ladies and gentlemen, we're predicting the Melbourne Stars rather than the Brisbane Heat. My apologies there. But it is actually going to be the Melbourne Stars who will be batting first. That's nice of my app to tell me it around the other way. One moment. Yeah, they have got it around the wrong way. Okay, so pretty much the internet says that it is going to be the Heat who will be bowling first as well. So it is going to be the Stars. So does anyone want to change their predictions in that regard then for the Melbourne Stars? Or do we all want to stick with what we had? Well, that one I haven't actually given mine yet, but now that I know that it is going to be the Melbourne Stars who are batting first, that kind of changes everything. I was going to go with pretty low on Stars batting first. I predict 177 as well there from Sebastian. And also 190 for the Stars. I assume that is going to be for Robert, even though he did have the Heat originally. But we are just waiting for this game to be finished between these two sides, and then we will be rearing to go as well. In fact, it won't even be at the end of it. 160 runs. Sees up more cake there at 174 for 5. And they're from Paddy Wing. It's a changing it a little bit, going down from that 187. I'm about to sneeze, unfortunately. Keep mine as it is as well. Says no, mine is 144. Says given that, so I'm going to say for the Melbourne Stars, I haven't given mine yet. I'll go 165. I feel like 165 is stock standard. Somewhere around there we will be going with as well. But at the moment, do let me know also while we are at it, who's going to be winning this game at the moment. The Hurricanes, they need 89 runs and 55 balls. Ben McDermott's nicely set. Darcy Short is also still at the crease for them. And Fawad Ahmed is actually gone for quite a few runs. I think that's because I jinxed him. And where is it getting played? It is going to be at the Gabba for this matchup. So the home field advantage don't go the way of the Brisbane Heat. But yeah, pretty much I feel bad for Fawad Ahmed because I did say he was one of the most economical bowlers around the place. And then for today, unfortunately, he's gone for 26 runs offers 2.5, and yeah, I'm changing to 180 for the Stars as well. And then also we've got the fire over the Stars as well. And of course, that would be for the Heat over the Stars, and also 179, says Jay. And also the Gabba says Robert for where it is going to be located. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of Robert's originally one of 180. There we go. We have got the right one tick, but anyone who hasn't already, be sure to give your predictions. You've still got plenty of time to think about it as well. The lineups, like I mentioned, it is going to be the Melbourne Stars batting first. Marcus Steiner, Joe Clark, Joe Burns also going to get the opportunity there. Joe Clark, actually, I should have mentioned, got himself the 50 and the last matchup in a very well-batted innings. Glenn Maxwell, Andre Russell, Hilton Cartwright, Bo Webster, Nathan Coulter-Nile, Adam Zampa, Case Ahmed, Brody Couch. That is the lineup that they have gone with here for this matchup. Then looking through at the Brisbane Heat, the players that they have decided to have in that lineup for the bowling side of it, James Bassley, who has been doing very nicely for himself as well. 180 is the prediction from Andrew as well. And how big are the boundaries and how is the pitch as well, says Music Kiwi. We are about to be transferring over to the next coverage. Is it going to be there? One moment. I believe they put it on a random channel for us here in New Zealand. Which one is it going to be? Normally they do end up hiding it till just a bit beforehand, so we haven't actually seen what the pitch is looking like as of yet, but it must not be too far away. I believe it is going to be at 11 p.m. that it does transfer over, or maybe 10:50, so we have got to wait another 8 minutes till we get to see the pitch here in New Zealand, but it should be a good, nice one by the looks of it as well. We always got there about the big boundaries. The Gabba's not too bad overall for boundary sides. Like, let's just say this, Chris Lynn, Glenn Maxwell, those guys are going to hit it over the boundary with ease. For how hard they can hit the ball as well. The power surge has been taken at the moment by the Hobart Hurricanes, and it looks like they are going to be able to get themselves a few more runs. And I predictions are with very poor, yes, as well. And there says Music Kiwi. That is all right, though. It's a long competition. Like we mentioned, this game is number 22, and the game that we are covering on the channel for our live commentary is going to be game number 23. And yesterday, so I got to get my forms back as well. Says Music Kiwi. Yeah, if you get yourself a few points in this game, the thing is, with it being a later night game as well, it does mean that there's more opportunities for you guys to be able to get yourself closer to those numbers as well, because it is the top three who do receive the points as well. We'll actually put it up, down the bottom. One moment. We will go like this, and we will go like this. Predict the balls. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. That is the one that we are covering as well. Colin Munro is going well for Perth and 170 as well. Says Jane Hayes there for the prediction. Yeah, I feel like Colin Munro at the moment, he is on fire in this competition. Him and Mitch Marsh are two danger men that you have to get out early. But then if you get those two out, you still got Cameron Bancroft and Josh Inglis to deal with. Even Ashton Turner could be considered right up there as well. And I feel like that is one of those ones that as soon as you don't end up getting those early wickets, it just punishes you big time. Gabba boundary is the dimensions of the playing field are now 170 metres east to west by 149 metres north to south to accumulate the playing of Australian rules football at elite level as well, says Robert. So there you go. Sounded very fancy in regards of, I guess you could say it's a relatively big boundary. I think would be the best way of wording it there. So there might be a few twos out there at the moment. I don't actually know what the average size of a boundary kind of in dimensions are in that regard, rather than just kind of saying about the kind of normal way of saying about 60 metres out on one side. That's going to be the half century there for Ben McDermott, but we are getting closer and closer to this next game taking place between the Heat and also the Melbourne Stars. And as soon as that game does start, we will be switching over our scoreboard to that one. I'm probably going to be wrong with my prediction, but my prediction is this. That was almost, I said the same word twice there, and it didn't quite roll off the tongue either of the times there. Well, I got there. My app says that it's lunch. At the India versus South Africa game, did they miss out on an entire morning session because of rain? They did indeed, and that is the one thing that I feel like benefits South Africa there, and it is just a very tough one for them to be able to try and bowl them out, definitely when they're not playing Indian cricket because of the rain. I wonder, that's the thing, at the moment, the Ashes, I know that the fourth game is going to be played in Melbourne, maybe, depending on what they decide on, or whether it's going to be in Sydney or not. But those two games, we haven't really had a huge amount of rain affecting any of these games so far of the Ashes, other than, I guess you could say, 30 minutes at the start of yesterday. I think was the only time that we have had actually any sort of rain forming at the ground. So we're probably due for like a day to be rained off, but it seems like the Australian summer is treating them very nicely and hasn't really too much rain at all for it as well. But at the moment, we are only about 4 minutes away from the coverage starting for the next one. I'll probably fail again, but oh well, as well, says Music Kiwi, although you're still sitting right up there in terms of the prediction list. So I feel like you're doing all right at the moment. But the Heat, they are going to be bowling first. They won the toss. They decided that they do not want to send themselves in. It's a risky play from the Brisbane Heat, because looking through at their previous results, it's normally actually when they bat first that they do end up with the wins, I believe. If I'm not wrong, I'm just going to have a wee look. Yeah, the Brisbane Heat, they won their game when they batted first. They lost their game when they batted second. They just won their game up against the Renegades when they batted second. They lost their game when they batted second. Okay, so they've got a little bit of an even mix. As an SCG are taking precautions with players by bringing in private planes as well. And I think Sydney is out of the question at this stage. Way too many new cases, unfortunately, as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, they were talking about it before the game, and they said that for Melbourne, with one of the family members testing positive, they just went, right, we're going to rapidly fire test everyone, and then if everyone's fine, we will play the match. Whereas in Sydney, if that happened and there was one positive case, the whole test match is called off just because of the different restrictions around different states in Australia as well. So that is huge, that like the second test match, or sorry, the fourth test match could actually get called off straight away. They're taking precautions, and day by day as well, says Robert. But yeah, they will have to make a big decision soon of whether or not they jump into the deep end and go to Sydney, or save Sydney maybe for the last test match, or have the backup as Hobart and then do 2 games at the MCG. Although the MCG, the only slight problem there is I would argue that's going to be the wicket of Peter Siddle. Nicely done for him. He has been able to get Darcy Short out. And I have got my prediction of 191. Have you got my prediction of 191 and 145? I do indeed, mate. It is already down. Can I say one row above the actual score? So if Brisbane get 156, I can say 157 while I'm asleep, since it will be midnight in New Zealand as well. I can say, wait, so you want to say, wait, that's confusing, Nathan. So whatever they end up getting, you want me to say that you guessed one more run above it. Is that right? Not too sure. I don't know whether or not that's quite how it works, Nathan, unfortunately. I feel like it's a good system as well. Wicket as well, says Andrew. There was indeed. And I was in the end the wicket of Darcy Short. Peter Siddle able to get him. And that is going to be a very crucial one for them in this matchup as well. But nonetheless, we are getting closer and closer. 2 minutes away from the coverage starting. And then we will get to see the pitch of the Gabba. We will get to see what else is happening here for the match between the Melbourne Stars and the Brisbane Heat, who they decide to go with in that lineup for the Melbourne Stars. I believe they will be opening with Stoinis and Clark once again, and then Joe Burns, I believe, will be at 3. But Harry Brook here, and just showing in the Englishman, will be excited to get going on this one. And strike rate's actually only 33.3 as well, and out in there, says Robert, it was indeed Peter Siddle, the veteran, able to get himself a wicket there. Wouldn't mind picking up another one anytime soon in this one. They do want a good chance, and that's going to be a good run too. So before this match does get underway, the Melbourne Stars have a 57%, and also we have there Peter Siddle lives 5 minutes away from me as well, says Andrew Tolson. So that is pretty awesome. That one is a plum Yorker, and that is understandable why the umpire gave it out. It was cleaning up the leg stump, cleaning up the middle stump as well. It's almost cleaning up all 3 at the moment now. Oh, Adam Wary doesn't want to get Henry Brock, and also look at Bingo as though he's overtaken both Wade and Short and the quality of his batting, in my opinion as well. Yeah, Ben McDermott, he has been on fire recently, the way that he's been going. I'm just putting myself back to the middle because we are going to be switching it over to now this scoreboard for the next little while as the game is getting closer and closer to the next one. There we go. That is the Melbourne Stars versus Brisbane Heat. The Brisbane Heat, they won the toss and they did elect that they do want to bowl another fixture. But see, if you play at the MCG again, do you open it up to full capacity? I don't know whether or not, because that's the thing. They've got it at full capacity at the moment, I believe, but they haven't been able to get that full numbers, unless, of course, they have got it restricted to a certain number. But I believe throughout the 3 days or the 2 days so far, they've had 92,000 people there. So I don't think they will end up going with the full attendance anyway. But it is going to be an interesting one to see whether or not they do end up going for, I guess, whether or not they go for the day-nighter, test it out of the MCG. They haven't tried it before. No, Nathan, that's a risk you got to take as well. And so if my prediction is 157, but it's actually that, I can say 176 for the second innings. Or is that cheating? That's what I mean. As says Nathan Sim. Oh, it's a good question. Although I feel like it is one of those ones that I guess it's a tough one, isn't it, as well? And also we got there 174 for 6 As well says, hi guys, yeah, I feel like maybe you will just have to have the prediction for the first innings, I guess. And then maybe just a random number for the second, just to mean that it does give the people who are here for the second one a little bit more of a chance as well. But see, if you play at the MCG again, do you open up to the full capacity there? I did read that one as well. But I would say, like, you're not getting 80,000 there in current times anyway, just with the risk. And definitely if Australia are up 3-0, I don't believe they will be able to get the full attendance that they will be after for that one. But yeah, I hope they do manage to somehow get it done, because I think that is kind of the word, because that robbed me yesterday as well. Says that Nathan Sim there and also Go Stars. Says, hi guys there in the chat. But I would say, because the big thing for me is going to be, like, for that MCG one, it's so tough because, like, the wording that they used throughout all of the ones today was to get the series done rather than, like, to get it played. It's pretty much they want to get it out of the way so that they can kind of get home. I think England as well, they should stop the Ashes and send England players home with COVID around, keep players and fans safe as well, says Shane Hayes. I think that is the other option that they're looking at the moment. But okay, rules are rules as well there. And also Go Stars, says hi guys, and also Go Heat there, says hi guys there as well. And yesterday, because yesterday I said 185 and then 126. If I knew they would get 150, I probably would have changed it. But I couldn't because I was asleep as well, says Music Kiwi. And also we've got the good morning, Hamish. Merry Christmas from a cold and wet England, visiting grandkids as well, says that Josh Bikes. I hope you are well, mate. I hope you did enjoy your Christmas for yourself and you're having a happy new year, even though by the sounds of it, it's not too nice over there in England at the moment. Hopefully the weather does perk up just a little bit for you in the near future so you can get nicely out and about. But what time is it in the UK? Are you sitting? It must be in the morning, is it, Josh Bike? If I'm not wrong, tell you what, my time zones are still terrible, even though I do try and work them out every single time. For the Melbourne Stars, though, anyone who doesn't know, it is going to be Marcus Stoinis. Joe Clark is the opening partnership. Prediction is 168, and they eat 169 there, says Nathan Sim. And also welcome in, Josh. Hope you're well, says that Sebastian there as well. But at the moment, Marcus Stoinis, Joe Clark, they will be the opening run partnership that they will be trying to really build up. The Joes last week, they did actually go all right. Joe Burns also returning to the side, and he was able to get himself a decent total. Glenn Maxwell as the captain, he hasn't really fired in the last few matches, unfortunately for him, but to get his 100 a fewer match, he said good morning. So I have to be in the morning as well. There's Music here. Yeah, how early? I believe it's either, I want to say that it's maybe 10:53 a.m. Not too sure though. It's either 10:53 a.m. or 9:53 a.m. But I'm not too sure. Flying back to Muscat on Thursday, it's 9:54 a.m. here as well. So it is that little bit earlier as well. Close to 10 a.m. I'd say as well, says Robert there. And at the tab, at the moment, we are getting closer and closer to this game, getting underway. Wes Agar trying to get the wicket there. And he might actually be able to do so unless McDermott's gone all the way for bang. Yes, he has. And that's going to be the 6 runs there for them. Once again, we have got there 12 hours or 13 hours behind us, as says Music Kiwi there. Now, at this stage, I am just going to be showing what channel they are, or finding what channel, I should say, that they are going to be showing this Big Bash game on. It is going to be the Heat taking on the Melbourne Stars, and it is going to be on Sky Sport 1. So we have only got a little bit of time left for the Bunnings NPC highlights, and then we are into this matchup as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have got plenty more Big Bash coming for you guys, including tomorrow, with the fact that we have had a little bit more of a stoppage, I guess you could say, in the Ashes, with the fact that it could be over by the end of tomorrow. So it is going to be the Thunder taking on the Scorchers, and then the 2 games on Wednesday night. It is going to be the Sixers taking on the Heat and the Renegades taking on the Hurricanes as well. So they will be 2 good matches, although they both overlap, so we'll only be able to do one of them. And I assume more than likely the game that we will do is the Sixers versus the Heat, the slightly earlier game out of the 2. I hate when they have games overlapping because it means that we can't do all of the games of the BBL, which is a little bit sad. My face is very red at the moment. I feel like that sunburn is slowly starting to get more and more red as we go through. But later on in this game, I'm probably going to do what I did yesterday. The chips were cooked very nicely by the time this one was ending. Can you say how many points everybody got as well, says Nathan Summer. We'll go through the marking as well. One moment, we will go. Yeah, I've got the old notepad. There's all of the points down. So at the moment, what do we got? We got Paddy Wagon. At the moment, he is sitting on 6 points. Sebastian, he is sitting on 5 points. As well, who else have we got? How's the other BBL game doing? As well as Music Kiwi. So at the moment, the way that they are sitting, and in their game, one moment we will go like this, and we will go like that. At the moment, they are sitting on 114 for 2 after 13.4. So they still need 62 runs off 38 deliveries to be able to win it as well. But we have also got there Chat, Jay had some points, but he donated them to Brandon for his 3 bonus points. But I did still give Jay the points as well. In that situation, also, we have got there. Can you say how many points everyone got? Nathan Sim, for yourself, you are sitting on 6 points for yourself as well. So I believe you, and also it is going to be Robert Titan. Also, we have got there 118 as the prediction from Andrew Thompson there. For how many am I too late, David? You are nowhere near too late, mate. Keep on going for it. And also, did you give young Brandon my 3 points? I did indeed. At the moment, he has got 4 bonus points. That was 1 from Sebastian. No, sorry, it was 1 from David, and now 3 from yourself as I get a double David there. And 5 points. Did you donate 1 point to Brandon as well? And there's Sebastian. And now I think, actually, sorry, that was one of your bonus points, wasn't it? That I did donate to Brandon, not David. David's 1. So, yeah, I have been donating bonus points to Brandon. How many am I on? You are on 6 at the moment, Robert. Wait a minute. Are you on 6? No, sorry. You are on... Ooh. You're on 5, Robert. But they want to welcome in. As someone donated a point to me as well. Says Music Kiwi there in the chat. This is going to be gone before the start of the match. The way that my voice is going at the moment. We'll welcome in David and 10 out of 10 in there as well. But yeah, pretty much at this stage, it is going to be very interesting to see how it does go for the later stages of this competition, because you guys are all pretty even at the moment. I'm only sitting on 3 points. I messed up big time. I'm currently not having the best run, but hopefully this game will be a little bit different. I can't even remember what I said for this one. I think I said the Stars would get 165 for this one. I'll give Music Kiwi a point. I'm serious, as I was Sebastian there. The chat one moment, we will have to go into the bonus points. We'll go, yeah. How we will go like that as well. There we go. Although Music Kiwi at the moment, he might be slightly tricking you a little bit, Sebastian, because he is currently sitting on 4 points. So he will move up to 5 there as well. So he is well and truly flying up. But we will go like that as well. And we will go like that. And now Music Kiwi, he gets himself a bonus point. One moment. 1 bonus. Oops, I can't spell bonus point. There we go. We got the bonus point down. As hello, Robert and Jay. And brother, and I'm happy to donate all my points to the young fella, Brandon, as well. Says that JA's there, and also over there you will. And there says Music Kiwi. Yeah, I think we will have to make sure that I do keep track of who is giving points to who, so that I do know exactly where it is all sitting. Because at the moment, like, the list is getting longer and longer. You guys can't see that because it isn't focusing on it, but pretty much there is a list. There it is. You guys can slightly see it. That is my list so far. And so, yeah, why not? It's just for fun anyway as well. Says Sebastian, but you don't know about the $1,000 prize, Sebastian. Would you? I feel like that would be one of those ones that if I did that, I would just be a bit. I'll donate 1 to the Kiwi. I'll tell you what, now I gotta go back on this side again. Are you sure, Nathan? I feel like I won't take your point just at this stage, because or else then I will end up overtaking you. And you're currently sitting on a total of, you're sitting on 3 as well. So we might as well both sit on 3 together. Oh, no, sorry. You're actually sitting on 6, sorry, for yourself. And also, I'm just 3 as well. Says Robert Miller. Indeed. I feel like this is going to make it very hard to track, isn't it? Possibly as well. But now at this stage, the Melbourne Stars, they are going to be bowling second in this game. And I'm sure, as I says, Nathan's in there. And they're right. I will write it down, although I will have to try and keep track of all of the points that are taking place throughout this one as well. So we will go like this. And we will go like that. And we will go like this. And the Q1 BP. There we go. Oh, no. That's the wrong letter. Right. We are almost ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. I feel lucky today with my 169 and 175 as a prediction. I donate one of my perceived points to Nathan. This is a donating. This is getting confusing at the moment. Nathan also said he would donate me 1 2 as well. Says Music Heavyweight. So you guys are just swapping a point. And that's a chance will be 200 for 7 as well. Says Xavier Brown. That has absolute prediction for this game as well. But at the moment, the Melbourne Stars, I want to donate all the musical Kiwis points to charity as well, says Sebastian there. We got a charity fund as well in the kind of mixture. I feel like the thing is, I'll try my best to keep track of all of the points and where all the points are going, and hopefully it all makes sense at the end of the competition as well. with my like 20 pages of information. It's good to see people donating a point and not selling them as well, says JAs. I feel like if there was a prize on the line, it would be a different story, perhaps. But I did say that it's going to be tricky to try and do the points. 174 for Brandon there for the prediction there as well. So we have marked that one as well. So there's a good prediction there. And also looks like the ball went out of the grounds as well. And it says Nav Mummy at the moment. They are sitting 134 for 2 here for them as well. And there was a massive shot that we did get to see. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer and closer. The Brisbane Heat fans at the Gabba, they are well and truly in attendance. Let's see how it does go. ALSL 3, 1 point for 3 of someone else's, as well says Music Kiwi there. I mean, there's a little bit of marketing going on. I can hear it there. Chris Lynn, Max Bryant opening the batting here for the Brisbane Heat in the second innings. For the first innings, though, it will be Melbourne Stars, Marcus Stoinis and Joe Clark, who's leading Hamish as Robert. After the point trading system that we've had, I am pretty clueless about who is actually sitting at the top. I know that Paddy Wagon's up there. I know that you're up there. Nathan Sim is also up there. And I think originally Sebastian was also up there, if I'm not wrong. I think they are all the ones. And Music Kiwi also relatively high up there as well, I believe. But it is tricky to work out. But I will keep it all hopefully tracked by the end of it. That's the thing. We're up to 23 as well. This points thing is like the stock exchange as well. Says JA's there. Yeah, I didn't expect to see points all getting traded for the like early stages of the competition. We have got there. I'm making a bit show season 1 and 26 video on YouTube as well. Says Brandon, what is it going to be about? Brandon, do let me know, mate. At the moment, there are a couple of people with Brisbane Heat mustaches in their crowd. They are going to be excited for this game for their home side. Try and get themselves a win. The man who was with them, who was, I believe, their dad, he actually kind of looked like a younger Matthew Hayden at that one. And so you are on 4 points, Kiwi lads, as well. Says Nathan Sim, I guess so. I'm on 3 plus a bonus magical point. That's coming as well. If it makes it easier, I'm at the bottom as well. Says no beating around the bush. Be sure to get your vote in, though. Beating around the bush. Do let me know how many runs you think the Melbourne Stars will be able to get themselves there in this innings. And also, this point scoring game has proven popular as well. Says it, David there, and also there too. David says Robert there, as MD has got a few baseball bats, a few cricket bats there. And there as well, but nonetheless, they are making their way out onto the field. Be sure to get your last minute predictions in, ladies and gentlemen, because as soon as we tick over to the first ball, that is when the predictions do end up stopping for this first innings. But be sure to also leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But at the moment now, it's looking like a nice surface there at the Gabba, and it will be 24.6 degrees. Wind a little tiny bit of it, 6 kilometers, so nothing too crazy for them here. But the Melbourne Stars, the Brisbane Heat, we know these two sides, and we know how much power they've got. Music Kiwi has got a change prediction from earlier on. I believe it is 491, or was it originally 191? One moment, I will have a look. Yeah, it was originally 191 as well. And we have also got their Stars 157 for no beating around the bush there as well. But nonetheless, the Stars here, Joe Clark, big Marcus Stoinis. This man can hit a long ball. He hasn't really fired so far this season. Joe Clark coming off of 50, that will give him a lot of confidence. Sorry, Jay, it's not about fun. It's life or death as well. And here's a theory. If you give 2 points, you will gain 4 points in total as well. Says Nathan Sim. Here's a theory. If you give 2 points, you will gain 4 points in total. Says Nathan Sim. In what regard? I feel like the point system is slightly broken. I feel like there's starting to be a few glitches coming through the system. I'm going to have to release a patch and have like all the little fixes for the point system so that it can't quite end up being too different. Oh, that kind of sounds like Michael Vaughan. I swear he was there at the Ashes a little bit earlier on in the day. Maybe he has taken a plane over to Brisbane to be able to commentate for this game as well. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it will be the Brisbane Heat who will be bowling first in this matchup. I will keep you guys updated with the Hobart Hurricanes game. They still need 39 runs off 24 balls. Mark Stickety now will be opening. And when does the game start? It starts in about 2 minutes' time now. So we are extremely close, and points fixing as well. Says JA, and who's got the highest total for this game? As well, says Music Kiwi there. As it is in like the point system, or whereas Darley as well, or Daryl, I assume that is for it is Jay. But now Mark Stickety runs in first delivery. It's well bowled, and that is going to be outside of the off stump, and it is a dot ball straight away. Stoinis here. I feel like there is a lot of expectation on Stoinis for it as well. 170 says More Cake, although a little bit earlier on, More Cake, I believe you did have the prediction. One moment. You did have 160, so do you want 160 or 170 more, cake? Do let me know and put your foot down, Irish, says David there. And then also at the end of the session, whoever's got the lowest amount of points has to post his or her history or browser history on the Discord as well. It's 192 or 191, the highest prediction. And wait, I already said, oh, what an edge and what a catch that is. And that's going to be the big Stein gone for the Melbourne Stars already. And I said he has a lot of expectation on him, and that's not what anyone expected there for Marcus Stoinis. Did end up getting it wrong. He says there's a little bit of swing there as he walks past Joe Clark and returns back to the dugout. And also, I already said 160 as well there. It says Morcake, but I believe Novmum said 210 or somewhere around there as well. Is that a day or a week as well, says Robert there. And the chat. I like how Robert's considering it. He's like, hang on. We'll have to work it out from the final. I'll have to work out my week as well. But great take there from Jimmy Pearson down the leg side. And you got my prediction name, which says Nathan Sim. I did indeed, mate. Marcus Steiner. So he has gone for the duck now. He'll be getting a little bit sick of batting at the moment, Marcus Steiner. He's been out there about 5 times and only scored about 10 runs. And then just has to keep on going back to the dugout. And it's the battle with the Joes at the moment. Joe Clark versus Joe Burns at the crease. Both men ready to go. And Loser has to post a helicopter vid as well. As if you keep giving points out, you're the one who's going to have to show us his Music Kiwi. Oh, who knows? Maybe he's got something on there that he does want to show everyone. Maybe it's like just completely all Kiwi lads videos, and I'll be like, yes, Seb, that a boy as well. But I don't know what else we would find in there as well. Joe Burns, at the moment, he hasn't got a huge amount of power, but he is very good at running between the wickets as well. Last 7 days, Rob, and no deleting anything from there as well. And 26 video as a cliffhanger hanger on the final video as well, says Brandon there. So is it sports related, Brandon, or is it something else related? As well, do let me know. But Mark Stickety now sitting 1 wicket down already, and it's going to be well played there. Right behind the ball, Joe Burns, and that will be just the dot ball once again for Stickety. Pointer for you, Stars. Get bowled out. 461 as well, yeah. Be a bit rough. And tell you what, if it did take place as well, that would be very a surprising result. But then saying that, we've seen it happen before. Little edge there from Marcus Steiner. It came back in, and it was taken beautifully there by Jimmy Pearson down the leg side. But at the moment now, it is going to be Stickety. He's steaming into the crease at the moment. He has got well and truly his tail up. And that is going to be well bowled as another dot ball. And also we have got there, I'll be doing it because you're donating points as well. Or it will be you doing it because you're donating points as well. Says Robert there. And also we have got there now, it's like Shortland Street as well. Says Brown there. So a little bit of a drama perhaps. Or is it to do with gaming as well, Brandon? Or is it just kind of real life one perhaps for that one as well? But now at this stage, it is going to be Joe Burns, who is on strike currently facing 2 deliveries. Hasn't been able to score as of yet. And seems like that's a better shot there, or is it? It's going to be almost in the deep mid-jeep, not able to cut it off. And that is going to be Joe Burns getting back for the 2 runs. He is now underway, and that is going to now be 2 runs here for 1 wicket off the first 5 balls of this match as well. Real life as well, says Brandon there. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to see it there. Currently, it was a nice shot. The Hurricanes, they need 26 runs off a total of 18 balls here to be able to win that match. And at the moment, they've got a 9% chance the Adelaide Strikers will be able to get it. Who got bowled out already, as I said, no, mama. It was Steinis. He got caught behind. And bro, I thought Steinis was going to get a 50 as well. And what's Shortland Street? Is that a TV show that you Kiwis watch? Pretty much it is. I guess you could say it's the New Zealand version of Neighbours / Home and Away type thing. How it is pretty much based at a hospital rather than a beach or a neighbourhood. And Marcus Steinis, and there says Robert, that is the end of a very impressive first over from Mark Stickety, only going for the 2 runs and also getting the wicket as well. I don't mind posting my browsing history. I've actually quit watching it, finished it all last year. Finished all of it last year as well, says Sebastian there. And also we got there Brett and okay in there from Music Kiwi and also Morcake as well. But Stickety, very good first over. If they can follow it up with another good over here for the bowling attack, will be very impressive. But at the moment, the Hurricanes, they are doing very nicely for themselves, sitting 26 runs needed off 17 more balls as well. Watching the Canes game is so I can update you, McDermott on 89. Yeah, he's doing very well at the moment, sitting on 89. Also, so far for himself, hitting 9 4s, 4 sixes. Okay, we're going to actually get to see Liam Guthrie here get a little chance with the ball, and we don't really see him too often in 3 454. is that the game score it is indeed, and they have a 92% chance of being able to go on to win that game as well. Joe Clark at the moment, he was able to get himself 52 runs last week and in that innings. And also, g'day, mate, says TSM on field. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing well. I hope Lynn can too as well, says more gang. Maybe Ken McDermott, yeah, he can get himself the 100 if he does score a majority of those runs. Right? In fact, half of the runs that are left there. But this game, it is a big one. Two sides that are out of the kind of top four at the moment. It's Burns on strike this over. It is instead going to be Joe Clark facing his first delivery, and it is a dot ball there from a Guthrie's bowling coming in 2022. Say no more, or not say more as well, says that Brandon there. And at the moment, the two Joes at the crease. Is there a Joe in the outfield for the Brisbane Heat? I don't believe so, sadly. Full toss and good shot. Good shot. Goes for 4 as well. 3 for 158 for the Cajuns as well. Yeah, it's looking like they should be able to get themselves a nice, comfortable win in that game, unless something drastic changes for it as well. Guthrie pitches it up, and it is going to be now whipped away to the leg side. Does it go all the way? I believe it did. And that is going to be the first 6 of the day. It's going to come from nowhere as well. Joe Clark, he just goes bang. And also we have the O's in there. Says that JA's. A good shot there from Joe Clark. Just fires it over the boundary rope for the 6 runs very early on. And in that innings as well, Kane update. McDermott, 97 gains on 3 for 162. You know how you can't run on the field. Is it actually a law that you can't run on the field? Like, do you actually have to pay a fine as well? I believe there is, depending on the ground that you're at, they do have different, I guess, systems to try and stop you. So some of the grounds, they will be such as like they'll ban you from the ground and you won't be allowed to visit that ground again. Other ones you will get fined anywhere between, I think it's like $100 and maybe like $10,000 or something like that. I think the MCG actually, while we were there, they were saying anyone who pitch invades at the MCG, you do have to pay a fine of $40,000 or something like that. Fines and also banned as well, says Jay Hayes. So there, when we did have, so when we did have that guy yesterday, was it for the Ashes or was it for a different one? I believe it was actually for the Ashes. He would have probably had to pay a massive fine at the MCG just because that is the rule that they have got at that certain ground. It was a single there off Guthrie. So he's gone for 7 runs so far off the first 3 deliveries. And how many overs left? More cake as well. So at this stage, it is sitting there at, they have got 12 balls left and it is 13 runs needed off 12. And Ashes here as well, says JA's. And also we've got there, are you thinking about doing it as well? Says that Music Kiwi there. Yeah, they need 13 runs or 12 balls there for the Hobart Hurricanes. I really hope that they do sort out the fact that these games overlap, and I believe they have slightly thought about a Kane update to McDermott has the century as well. And Ashes, yeah, says Robert there on the chat. But yeah, pretty much at this stage, that's the thing. The games a bit later on, they actually have them 3 hours 30 apart, which is smart because the games go for about 3 hours and 20 minutes. He's just been bowled there, Joe Burns. And Guthrie gets himself a wicket, gave himself some room there, Joe Burns, and he is going to be losing his stumps. And that is the second wicket fallen now for the Melbourne Stars. They are under pressure earlier on. They've lost 2 of their first 3 batsmen. Joe Clark at the moment, he went from being the man who always went out first to now being the man who has to steady the ship for the Stars. Yeah, Burns out as well. Okay, I'm going to say one more thing. It is in a season 2. Is a great season, I'm going to say as well. Says a brand now, OMG, can I change my score as well? Says Music Kiwi. You cannot, mate. Unfortunately, as nice as it would be for me to be able to say, yeah, go on then, I am going to be having to stick to it as well. Some of those streakers have wealthy dads as well. Says that David. I guess that is true. It's like 40 grand for some of them. It's probably like, nah, I just pay that out of my wallet. You know, and also we have got there, this game has reminded me of England's second innings as well. And a nice, no spoilers, Seb, as well, says Robert there. As well, and also we've got there 173, says Moorcake there. And also white ball in the games, and you're going to cry as well, says Brandon there. Chat me or someone else, I'm not too sure. Wait, I'm going to cry in your season 2, says Brandon there. So that's going to be a well and truly big old plot twist, and it's 16 plus as well, says Brandon. Are you 16 plus, Brandon? I assume you are allowed to watch it, of course, if you are. Are you acting in it as well as producing it, or is it just that you are producing it, perhaps? And also 3 off 9 for the game, so they should be able to do that. Now they need 2 runs as well, so they are well and truly going on their way to win that game. So what I will do is I'll switch back over now to the other one. There we go. We have got it up, and it is going to be now 2 men out at the crease, and it is going to be Joe Clark and also Glenn Maxwell. who is out there now. And that ball, the ball game, Canes win by 7 wickets. Very impressive from the Hobart Hurricanes. And I believe with that win now, they actually moved themselves up just a little bit more in the table. They were already sitting in 4th, just a little bit behind the Sydney Thunder. I'm quickly going to have a quick look at the table, and I can tell you that they are now sitting, they were still in 4th. They will actually move up to 3rd now above the Sydney Thunder, and they will receive the full 5 points, whereas you're not going to see me as well. Says around there, and that the ball came, that ball game, and also come on, Maxwell, get 100 as well, says Music Kiwi there. Now time to cheer on the Heat, says Moorcake. At the moment, Maxwell, he will be on strike. Mark Stickety, very good first over from that man. It's a good ball as well, pitching it up, and it seems like the Gabba, maybe these guys from the Brisbane Heat, they will know it, of course, a little bit better. And he's saying not that much as well in terms of the amount of swing that is on offer at the moment. Also, we have there Joseph in the chat. Welcome in to the live stream. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are excited for the BBL. Do let us know who you think will be the leading run scorer here for the Stars. They have already lost Marcus Steinis and Joe Burns, but they have still got their Joe Clark and Glenn Maxwell at the crease with a few good names to come. Andre Russell, Hilton Cartwright as well. It's going to be a nice ball, and Glenn Maxwell hits it to the leg side, just chipping it off the side, and does manage to get the single to the mid-wicket region. But they have also got the Hilton Cartwright, Bo Webster, and Nathan Courtenay. They got Adam Zampa, they got Case Ahmed, so they've gone with 2 spinners here on the surface, and they also have Glenn Maxwell, so they've actually almost got more spinners than they do pace bowlers here for the Melbourne Stars. So that would make me think that maybe they decide, do they use an X Factor? We have got there as well. Hi to Brandon, says David Doe. But yeah, I do apologize for my voice. It is a little bit rough at the moment. It is from talking way too much over the last couple of days with the Ashes and everything that we have got on. It's going to be the ramp shot there. Nicely played by Joe Clark. And tell you what, that 50 we mentioned for these good players, as soon as you get one good innings, that can really carry your momentum throughout the whole season. It seems like Joe Clark there, he's had his good innings, and now he is going to continue to go for it as well. I didn't know Heat are playing at the Gabba as well. Says Marco, they are indeed. It is going to be interesting to see that it is going to be, I'm going to say, hopefully we do get to see. That's the other side of it, actually. Now that I think about it, what are the chances of them deciding to bring one back to the Gabba again for another one of those matches? Although I assume the restrictions will be a little bit tough in that regard to try and find a location. But if they can't do it in Sydney, they can't do it at the MCG because they don't want to do back-to-back at the same place. If you go back to Adelaide Oval, or maybe go to the Gabba or somewhere like that where there is a ground, there is a pitch, and they will be ready to go. We appreciate all the live commentary as well. The voice is the most precious for us as well. Says a Max there, and also we have got there. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Plenty of Ashes and BBL to come there as well. But we have got there soon as it switch wicket as well. Says Moko, that's gone straight up in the air for Glenn Maxwell, and that's going to be taken there, and that's going to be Glenn Maxwell now gone. And also Yuseb and Robber Machines, mate, as well, says David, but that is Maxwell out, and that's going to be the 3rd wicket down now for the Melbourne Stars. We didn't see this one coming. Like they're saying, the fast bowlers, they are actually conditions that suit the fast bowlers. Now, the bad news is, like I mentioned, the Melbourne Stars, they've got 2 spinners. They have decided to go with the guy, Adam Zampa, and they also have Case Ahmed that they've decided to go with there as well. Although for the Brisbane Heat, they still have Majip, and they also do have another spin bowler. I got there 16 plus in season 2, not in season 1 as well. Says up Brandon there about Glenn Maxwell. He's going to be on his way, and him and Steinis both not delivering for the Melbourne Stars. Now, Andre Russell, he is going to be the next man into the crease, but first, before him, they are actually going Hilton Cartwright. At the moment, 3 wickets down in 2.5 overs. Are the Stars looking towards that 61 that we mentioned in Moorcake with the spoiler lull, whereas Evil Petty as well? Says that JAZ. It was a little bit early there from Moorcake, but that is all right. Hopefully, just make sure not to go too early next time for at Moorcake, if that is all right. But now at this stage, anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hilton Cartwright, he has made his way out there. This is trouble. Yeah, for the Melbourne Stars. Like, the more that I think about it, the more I realize that this is not a good situation to be in. At the moment, it is going to be Mark Stickety outside of the off stump, and we actually see a test match style leave from Hilton Cartwright there. It's going to be the end of the 3rd over, and that will now be in the situation of 3 for 16 for this one, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, we have got ourselves a little outbreak. We have got there Evil King Paddy as well there. Says that Sebastian there in the chat. And also hi bro in the chat from Roman as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are excited for another game of the BBR in Brisbane. So I might get that minor live as well. Says Morcake, yeah, I am on Sky, so I am about 30 seconds behind or so. Unfortunately, now at this stage. Oh, they're just showing their Steiners. He did end up getting a duck. That was the first wicket, and that was Stickety who was able to get him. Then the next wicket, it was pretty much straight after it, and it was Guthrie who was able to get Joe Burns out for 2 runs off 6 deliveries. Then Glenn Maxwell hits it straight in the air, and he was taken as well. And also we've got there, Hamish, any chance you can put a points board on Discord as well, says David. I actually do have plans of adding a points table just down here in the near future as well. I feel like that will be as soon as the Ashes is finished. Definitely if we have got a little bit of more time after this one as well. In terms of the fact that the Ashes might be done a little bit earlier on, I think we will have a little bit more time to be able to update that kind of points board because there will be a lot of maths that we have got to try and work out. I mean, a nice shot there from Clark, and that's going away to for 4. And it is a very nice shot indeed. Cool. So I'm allowed to say, please show game mud me. I love you as well. The chat says JAs, and also I'm 18 says Brandon there in the chat as well. And also we've got there King Evil Paddy died, or Evil King Paddy died as well. Says that Paddy Wagon, and at the moment the Melbourne Stars, they will want to make their way towards at least 150 here. That will be interesting. See whether or not we will get to see. Oh, nicely done there, and waits for it as well. Says that JAs. They're bowling at the moment very well. Kuderman, he did get that first one a little bit wrong for himself, and Joe Clark moves up on 16 runs off 7 deliveries. At the moment, he is looking good. He looks like he just needed that one. And has really switched around, I guess, his mindset of being able to go, right, this is my competition that I am going to shine at as well. Careful, Jay Hayes, he might come back as well. Says the Eliel's there. But Kuderman at the moment sitting on 0 wickets taken so far. Actually, the only bowler who hasn't taken a wicket, but he has still got a few balls left of his over. So there is still potential for this man as well. And there you are as well. And Evil Petty shortly not as well, says David there. And the chat as well. He got a little bit trigger happy with the timeout button last night, David. I think is the reference for that one. But it is going to now be Hilton Cartwright off the edge. If they had a slip, it could have been dangerous. Majip there firing it through. If that was a direct hit, that could have been also dangerous. But Kuderman able to cut it off nicely, and just got an email from YouTube. I am not want to look at the email as well. It says Brandon there. Hopefully it isn't anything too bad. I think they actually do send you like a monthly update in terms of what has happened on your channel each month. I believe. I think we get that one as well. It's all right. I'm here to save you as well, says Ali Hills there in the chat. And at the moment, we have got the people. You are confused. I didn't do it as well. Says that Paddy Wagon there. Kuderman, it is going to be it down the ground. He gets just enough of it, and there's going to be a couple bounces for 4. And Clark once again goes bang. And at the moment, he is playing extremely well. I actually found it funny last night as well. And there says JAs. At the moment, Joe Clark sitting on 21 off 9 deliveries. Just keeps on going and going and going. At this rate, I feel like I'm going to go through 4 glasses of water in this match. Yeah, liquids. And remember when I used to get the Gunno timing people out as well, or gets to get Gunno about timing people out. I do indeed. I feel like every moderator has that little patch where they just well and truly go for it as well. I know YouTube said, do not do a show as well, says Brandon there. And yeah, it was entertaining as well, says Aliels. Did they say why that you're not allowed to do the show, Brandon? Do let me know. And at the moment, that is going to be the end of the over. He ended up going for 11 Kuderman, and it looks like maybe Majip will be the next bowler who comes into the bowling attack for the Brisbane Heat. Although I will say, okay, no, they're going with Badsley. That is a good choice because it seems like pace on this pitch is actually the harder option to face at the moment rather than the spin. The spin will be nice because it isn't going too quickly for you as well. But Mark Stickety, he was able to get 2 wickets earlier on. Badsley now trying to continue from where he left off as well. We have got there Evil King Batty as well. Says that Batty Wagon there on the chat. It was the wide ball, and it was Kuderman did end up getting it to the boundary a couple of times by Clark as well. He's just been good with his shots and interesting as well. Says that JAs are now James Badsley, 14 matches, 10 wickets taken for him as well. I says David Duelli. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are currently sitting on a total of 25 likes. We are flying up at the moment. So I do appreciate every single one of you for being here for this one. And yeah, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are currently on the road to flying up to almost 10,000 subscribers by the end of February. I think is going to be the goal for us here as well. It was to make not was not a good thing to YouTube to make so no show as well, says Brandon there. And that's a bit of a shame. I was looking forward to seeing how that show did go. As there perhaps you could try out some sort of, I know that you mentioned about a career mode, I believe it was, for your Be a Pro. So perhaps you could go down that route as well, possibly. But Basley there, that's going to be in the back leg. It was bouncing over the stumps though. And it will just nicely be a dot ball once again for the Brisbane Heat. It's a weird innings at the moment because it's as if, like that's the thing, Joe Clark's looking like he's batting on a completely different surface to everyone else. Joe Clark, he's sitting on 23 off 11 deliveries. He's going fine. Whereas everyone else is struggling. 3 wickets falling. Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Joe Burns, all very good players. And then Clark's just like, boys, what are you messing around at? You know, I'm just on 23 of 11 as well. I've hit 3 fours, I've hit 1 6. This is easy at the Gabba. No one else seems to think so, though, at the moment for them, unfortunately. But Basley at the moment also doing decently with the ball in hand. The pace bowling seems to be the way to go on this wicket. So for the Melbourne Stars, they've got Cordonal, Bo Webster can bowl it relatively quick. Andre Russell and also Brody Couch are probably the 4 that you do want to have for that one more wicket. And we have test score as well. See that JA's there. Tell you what, you're not too far off it in that regard. And that was almost the wicket that was going to be in the stumps. Well fielded there in the close by the Brisbane Heat there. And also my Beer Pro on Rugby Challenge 4. As well, says Brown on that one indeed. And also we have got there. Hey, David, how's it going? Says Ali, but that was well fielded by, I believe it was Duckett. Yes, it was. He's been pretty good with the batting end for the Brisbane Heat as of late. But it was a hard old shot from Elton Cartwright. Doesn't really half hit them. Cartwright either hits it completely or not at all. And he had to hit that one or else it was cleaning up the middle stump. And that would have been the 4th wicket down. But Basley now at the moment, the projected score for them is 120. Well, I want to change that just a little bit. It's not a very long boundary out there. Well fielded there. And very good work in the deep. And they only actually get through for the single. Joe Clark at the moment asking the question. Maybe they could have gotten the 2 runs. There's our good buddy as well. Says that David, I realized something. I remembered something. In fact, I had some ham earlier on and I really enjoyed it. I feel like I wanted to tell you guys about that because we were talking about Christmas foods the other day, but it was actually very nice ham for near the Christmas period. And also we were there. Did you watch the Hurricanes? Chase McDermott was on fire. I did see that he got himself the century, which is absolutely awesome for him. And that brings up, I believe that's the 4th century we have seen so far in the BBL. And I will ask you guys a quiz question here without looking it up. Who are the other 3 centuries that we have seen so far? Do not look up anything. 3 other centuries that we have had so far in the Big Bash. The 4th one is McDermott. Who are these 3? Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Make your voices starting to sound like a clapped out old 2-stroke lawnmower as us trucking down under. It does sound rough. The weird thing about it though is like my voice sounds bad, but my throat is like not sore at all. Like it sounds like it would be like, oh, it's very, very bad, but like it feels completely fine. But it's just the vocal cords. I guess it is not working too well. They are showing the kiss cam in the crowd. Just quickly, wait, no, I'm alone. So that is sad. And also we've got the Asmarsh one as well. Says Taylor, he is indeed. So 2 more left. As we always got there trucking there so meters. Says Jay, nah, it's all good. As well, but we always got their ham in its ham as well. And also what do people are going to like about Rugby Challenge 4? Give me some tips on Discord as well. Says Brandon, I can try my best, mate. But my Jeep here is once again going to be going the Brisbane Heat. He has been one of the stars for them so far. And his young career, Mohammadi, has got there the glass as well. Got the glass. We're going through a lot of water today. That's for sure. You're nothing, mate. As when Hamish made me a mod, I got a power set and I started capping asses left, right, and centre as well. Says that David there. Now Hilton Cartwright. Nicely done as well. And yeah, I know I see trucking around a few strings as well. Said that JA's there. As I parlayed the Hurricanes and the Heat as well, says Taylor. So hopefully, I mean, at this stage, they're going very nicely for you. Oh, that's a big shot, though, from Elton Cartwright. I think he's just decided to put him over the fence by about 100 metres. That's going to be a massive 6 there. And for us there, Chad there as well. Did he take the catch? I believe he did, the man in the crowd. Just a great one. Hilton Cartwright, though, he doesn't half hit things. Just kind of decides, right, if I'm going to hit it, I'm going to hit it well, and I'll just hit it 92 metres down the ground. Say thanks very much for coming. But the other two for the centuries, they were also Colin Munro, also at the burst scorches. That was off the edge, almost carrying to the man at short third man. But it does fall short, yeah. Also Colin Munro, and then the other one was a man in this game that has already gone out, and it was Glenn Maxwell. I believe they are the only 4 centuries that we've had so far in the Big Bash. We've had a lot who were close, such as a Josh Phillippe. He ended up getting 99 not out. And question for you, lads, what is your favourite team? Not in New Zealand, sorry, as well. Oh, favourite team, I assume we are talking rugby union. Or are we talking international? Because I would say for rugby union, Super Rugby-wise, I really enjoy watching the Reds play, as well as the Brumbies, as well as, to be fair, the Western Force. I quite enjoy watching them, and the Waratahs and the Rebels aren't too bad themselves. So I feel like I just love all rugby coming from Australia as well. I've just realised I listen to all on trucking. Don't stress, Gabba. Faraz says, call me worse on the other channel as well. And also we have got there, Jay is Faraz in here. Is it safe to be here? As I says, trucking down under. Is Faraz one of the trolls from another stream, perhaps? Because I know that, like, that's the thing. I know that Seven's live streams on this channel get absolutely destroyed in the comments. Like, I left up all the comments from the Tokyo Olympic one just because I was like, I find them quite funny how angry people got. Like, they were like, hey, show the game. And I was thinking, like, the game highlights are on YouTube. Like, you just got to search for them. Like, that's all you got to do. And I can still feel my abs somehow after eating a tuna as well. Says Amos Spencer there. I guess you are in luck in some regards. And Kiwi Lad says, Lila there, welcome into the live stream. Hope you are doing great, Rugby Sevens as well. Says Brandon there in the chat, but it is now going to be Guthrie. And who do you think of the 2 best teams in the BBL, says Taylor? I would say at the moment, I know it sounds a little bit cliche because of the fact that it is like both of the top teams, but I would say the Scorchers and the Sixers, they seem like they've got a very, I guess, well-balanced side in a way. Like the Burst Scorchers, everyone looks at their bowling, or sorry, at their batting lineup. You go, oh, look at that. You've got Mitch Marsh, Bancroft, Inglis, Munro, all those guys, but no one really talks about the fact that they've got their bowlers, Andrew Ty, Behrendorff. They'll have Jai Richardson back when he returns, and also Haskelloo is a little bit unorthodox at times, but he sometimes gets the job done. Ashton Agar as well there, and also I agree, and Scorchers and Sixers as well. Says that Taylor there, but Guthrie at the moment running him once again a little bit leg side-ish, and that is going to be the wide. Bolden, he was just actually a Closet Bay of Plenty supporter as well. And he says, David, nah, he's not a troll. He's just gets grumpy sometimes as well, says Jay Ace. And also we have the Crazy and on the Jay, welcome in. And also we have got the Haiku Lab. What do you think? Who will be winning as well, says Lila? I would say from the way that this match started, Brisbane Heat have a pretty good chance. They're actually sitting 64% chance, and that's after a little bit of a rebuild as well. And I'm the biggest idiot on this channel, I think, as well, says Hamish Spencer. You did say you ate 10 kgs of food, which probably may not have been a good idea. I hope it was an exaggeration, or else that would be painful. I think it's Jay, no stress here, mate. I didn't want to offend the young fella about his Spider-Man movies as well. And this is trucking down under. And also we've got the hey, Lola, no idea you. And I'm going for the underdog Sixers as well. That's going to be a great match. Can't wait. Who would you take? And tell you what, it's not too far away either, is it? I think we actually get to see it just after the new year or near the new year. If I'm not wrong, I'm actually going to have a quick look there. And exaggeration, of course, as I said, Darren Spencer. I feel like that's the thing, though. Christmas, people do it. Like maybe not 10 kgs, but a few kgs of food people go through pretty well over the Christmas period as well. Like that's the thing. You get full from having the Christmas lunch. Then everyone's like, right, we're off for tea. And then there's like a massive turkey on the table. And you're not going to tell your nana you're not eating the turkey. She's gone through all the effort to cook it. So then you're like, all right, I will once again gouge myself here, but the Sixers versus the Stars game, or the Sixers versus Scorchers, sorry, that's going to be taking place in 9 days' time as well, and then also taking place once again in 12-day time, so pretty close as well. And also, I think I may have put on 3 kgs during Christmas as well. Says I'm interested there, and also my guess is Miss. What do you think, Robert, as well? For the Melbourne Stars, of course, and also I said the Stars 180, but they won't get there as well. You never know. You never know. There's a few wides being bowled at the moment by Guthrie. Still got a power surge as well. Should be an interesting finish to this game. I'm going to drink more water. That's 6. Hilton Cartwright hits it all the way to the boundary, and that is going to be the 6 runs. I thought my voice was going to be warming up, but it seems like it does just want to go slightly worse. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. For the late stages, Hilton Cartwright once again just stood in at 84 like he was just going for a casual stroll at the park, having a bit of a swing at a ball as well. And also, we they actually feel like a slob after Xmas. Boxing out feels disgusting. Lol back to the gym as well. Is that the New Year's resolution? It's David. I know that people are getting closer and closer down to decide on that one as well. If you do 15,000 steps around Lake Kimura, you will lose that 3 kg easy as well, says Jay Hayes there. So at the moment, you see that it was still sitting about, what temperature is it at the moment, Jay? I know you were saying late last night. That's a big old ugly full toss, and that's going to be a no ball there. That's going to be a free hit. And Hilton right now gets the chance. I vomited on Christmas Day, and I blame for it. It was a Turkish delight. It was a Turkish delight. As I was saying, Spencer, are you sure it wasn't just the fact that you ate 3 kgs of food and then still tried to eat dessert? Maybe that might have done it. Also, we got there, J-Lol, as well. We're chucking down under with also the clown emojis as well. And also, hello, Amish. Hello, Sir Robert. And there, as says Cricket Lovers, welcome into the live stream. I hope you're doing well. Free hit here for the Brisbane Heat. Hey, we'll have to make sure that they try and bowl a dot ball, but the Stars, Cartwright, I mean, if you could bowl in a free hit to Cartwright, you might as well just put it up there, do a little underarm toss and go, mate, see how far you can hit this one. Because he doesn't normally miss. Oh, he put it in the slot. He put it in the slot. He set it for 6 down the ground there, Hilton Cartwright. I mentioned about it. You got to take all pace off the ball because or else he would just be hitting it over the boundary. 39 degrees at the moment. That's not a lot of fun. That is for sure. Like, we're sitting at 13 degrees, and it's not too bad. Yeah, Amish hit the gym on Wednesday as well. Says that David there. No, it was definitely the Turkish delight because I had it for breakfast as well. Says that Amish Spence. I mean, that's a classic breakfast meal, isn't it? Nice little. I mean, to be fair, when you get a favourites box for Christmas, you do go through them. Like, I always find, like, we had Lindt chocolate. They were gone within, like, a few hours. Once again, Cartwright adding it to the leg side just a little bit, and he will be getting through for just a single there. Him and Joe Clark still putting together a nice partnership, and they move up now onto 58 for 3 here after the 7 as well. Robert Sir, how are you? What do you think total as well? Says that Cricket Lovers there in the chat. And anyone who hasn't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. My voice doesn't normally sound like this. It just sounds like maybe I did try and help someone reverse a truck, except I use my throat as like the way of stopping the vehicle. But after that, you know, we're going to be all good. I'll have to wait and see how it goes tomorrow. I think with the Ashes being a little bit shorter tomorrow, I have a feeling we won't see a full day. And that might be good for the vocal cords as well, to be able to regain a little bit of the voice, I guess you could say. Although it's not quite as bad as we did have that other week last time. Like, you guys will remember it, it just disappeared, like, completely. And I was sitting here going like this pretty much. Although I still got a little bit as well. I can't go to the gym because I'm in not in Queensland as well, says Amish Spencer. Because I guess there are different restrictions for different regions, aren't there? But yeah, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is your, oh no, I was going to say, who is your New Year's resolution? But that's not quite how it works, I don't think. Or a little bit of a misfield there from James Basley, and is going to be racing close to the boundary. They will get back for the 2 as well. Sir Robert, the 89th of the Muller dynasty as well. I said 180 Cricket Lovers. Check with Sir Hamish on pitch conditions as well, says Robert there. And that's it. But at the moment, yeah, do let me know your New Year's resolutions if you haven't already. I am curious to know what you guys are going with. And of course, with it only being a few days away, you know, because I don't want to pay as well, says Hamish Spencer there. And also, we've got there the Kiwi lads is Sir 99 as well there, says Robert there. And also, I'm a tight ass, as well, says Amy Spencer. Although I guess if you did want to, rather than going, like, could you do some sort of home, like, I guess, routine, or not routine, sorry, circuit? I guess if you decided to go that way, and say that's a very nice shot from Joe Clark. That will be racing away to the boundary. That was a Superman dive from Kuhneman, but didn't even get close, and that is going to be the 4 runs now. Clark moves up now nicely up to 30 runs off 15 deliveries. I feel like Root and Stokes still under a partnership coming up, so might not be a quick day as well, says Siddhartha. That is weird that you've said that, Siddhartha, because I actually said that right at the start of the live stream, how I was like jokingly saying, who knows, maybe they'll get themselves a 200-run partnership. So I guess everyone's feeling that same way, Baz, and I feel a yawn lurking as well, says Jay. I think it's relatively close, although I did have some sugar a little bit earlier on in the day. I might even have another barley sugar, depending on how it goes. Should I have a barley sugar? I almost couldn't even say barley sugar there. So maybe I shouldn't have one. just yet. We've got 2 more overs till drinks, and then I think from there I will end up refilling my drink glass so that I can have plenty of hydration. Oh, we've got warm Fanta. Do I have a warm Fanta, ladies and gentlemen, as well? There is no point because I'm short as well. Says Amish Spencer there. There's no point because I'm short. And creates Amish, you're not the only optimist association delusional guy on the stream as well. Says the version there, he already did that on the Ashes Day as well. Says that Robert there in the chat. But at the moment, they are just showing me a vehicle that is driving very nicely. Maybe that's the one that ran over my throat. And you're obviously talking illegal substance. You're taking illegal substances. So the other there as well. Yeah, it's going to be, that's the thing. I feel like, personally, as much as I'd love to see it go long, I think more than likely it's the first session or maybe halfway through the second that England do end up losing their wickets. They're lucky because one of the 4 wickets that they've lost is actually Jack Leach. So they've still got a couple more batsmen up their sleeve from more of that top order range, with the fact that they've got Stokes, Root. They've still got Bairstow, Butler, Robinson, Anderson, Wood. I think that's all of their batsmen left. And I know because I'm surrounded by food as well. And there's Aaron Spencer there. Yeah, so I guess the circuit doesn't really work when you like run from one side of the house, run to the fridge, grab something to eat, run back to the other side of the house, get the stitch, then decide, nah, just order a pizza, I think. Definitely not if you got Uber Eats. We don't have Uber Eats here. And I'm very sad about it. I wish we did. That's gone straight up in the air. That's right up there like that, but it's going almost all the way. It went for 6. Cartwright's half hitting things, and it's going all the way to the boundary. And is it starting early or 12:30 p.m. your time? I believe it is 12:30, but I could be wrong. We're going to go for a purple barley sugar today, ladies and gentlemen. That would have probably been very loud for you guys, so I do apologize in advance. We've got to have barley sugars. They don't work for keeping the vocal cords around. But we've got, the weird thing is, yesterday we mentioned barley sugars. And like instantly there became a barley sugar fund. And at the moment, like I could probably get myself a bath full, or not a bath full, a bucket full of barley sugars. Just keep on going as well. That's probably not good for the teeth, I would think. Having a total of a bucket full. How many barley sugars would go in a bucket? It would be quite a few. I feel like you could fit quite a bit in there. And we don't have Uber Eats in my town. Actually, you're not alone as well, says Robert. Yeah, so like our nearest McDonald's or something like that, we got to travel half an hour, which I mean does seem nice. Shot there from Cartwright once again. There's no Fanta tonight as well, says Aiden there. But I like Fanta. Yeah, we got this Sydney weather as a complete opposite to Perth weather at the moment as well. So you're probably sitting quite chilly. We have also got there. It was so frustrating. James Anderson had an economy rate of 1.5, 10 maidens, 4 wickets, absolutely sensational bowling. And then the batting came. Yeah, I feel bad for him because like we mentioned about Joe Root being the one man at the batting crease in that bowling lineup. I would argue that it was probably Jimmy Anderson, and then also you could say Mark Wood and Ollie Robinson a little bit for each of them as well. You need to get on the honey and lemon eucalyptus drops lollies as well. Are they a thing, Jay? I'm going to look up eucalyptus because that's a fun word, and I'm going to see whether or not they form drops. Honey and lemon eucalyptus. Did you spell it? Eucalyptus drops. They do actually have them. Jeez. Look at that. Get a family pack of them from a random website I've never heard of. I know I've heard of that one as well. You know, maybe I need to get myself some actual drops rather than barley sugars. 164.7 there from us. Has Rafa there in the chat, but currently sitting 76 for 3 after the 9 overs. And also you can't take the eucalyptus. The drop beers will get you as well. The eucalyptus, or you can't take the I can't talk with this side of my cheek. Good for your throat as well, says Jay. But the beers, drop beers will get you as well. And then got to watch those drop beers. Are they a real thing? I feel like the fact that someone else has said, got to watch those drop beers. What are the drop beers? What are those things? Drop beers, as I said, Jay. What are drop beers? I feel like I've missed something there big time. Eucalyptus drops are mint as well. And them hoop snakes as well, says Jay. I feel like I have completely missed something as well, haven't I? I was wishing live an hour away from Macca's or KFC because I wouldn't be so fat as well. Says Damage Spencer, but now it's going to be Kuhneman. Drop bears are very deadly and venomous. No, mate, they're just a koala bear as well. Drop bears drop on your head and attack. They are violent koalas as well. Says Hamish Spencer. Tell you what. Oh, do I? Okay. I've got a picture of me touching a koala. That sounds... No, wait. I need to clarify something. Because that sounded really bad. As in, like, patting a koala, sorry. That was a lawsuit waiting to happen. I've got a picture of me touching a koala when I was about 3. Do I show it? I don't know whether I want to, though. I feel like I'm going to need some persuasion because that doesn't seem like something that's a good idea because of the fact that it's not a good picture. And I think that's the tired side of me that was like, hey, should I show it? And then I realized now they dropped from a tree as well. And there says like Robert Miller there. And also we've got there one guy got his head cut off by a drop bear as well. Jeez, they must have sharp claws. What's the disease that koalas have? And also, did the koala like, are you touching it? Says J.A.'s in the chat. Yeah, that definitely wasn't how it was supposed to be worded, that is for sure. At the moment, we are getting closer and closer to the 10 overs. That was a big old dive from Milton Gara. I think he just did that for fun. The ball wasn't even close to the stumps. And just ended up going straight through Kuhneman, sorry. It's going to be the man who will be bowling 35 of 30. Oh, sorry, actually 35 off 19 deliveries as well. Chlamydia, is that what they have? Is Jay. Why is that? Like, who was like making a koala? Well, they don't make koalas, of course, but like, what stage were they like koalas? Right, we'll make them cute, make them cuddly. They can hang from a tree. Chlamydia, yeah, why not? We'll just tick that one as well. And also, and you eat it after, eat you after they have killed you as well. Well, fielded in the deep there for the Brisbane Heat. The moment we're getting distracted by koalas and whatnot, but I do enjoy talking about koalas. Kuhneman at the moment, 67 from 44 balls there. Your Discord will be full of drop bear picks later, as I said, JAs. It probably will be. As for sure, that anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well if you do like yourself a drop bear / koala. In the moment, I mean, this is working towards a very good total, I will mention as well, for the Melbourne Stars, and Caramello koalas are safe as well. She's JA's. One moment. If I type in drop bears, am I actually going to see pictures of koalas, or will it be something else? Geez, they're angry little fellas. What is up with that? Why is that a thing? My prediction is 186 as well there. And so we have got there, at least the chlamydia rate went down during the bushfires. So I says a mention there. And yep, says JA's there. I've just seen a picture of one, and it doesn't look like a very friendly individual. It looks like one of those fellows that, like, he's been on the beers for about 5 weeks. You know, he's not a friendly fellow. Can I change this so that, there we go. One moment. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this as well. Where did he go? Did he disappear? Oh, I've got too many backgrounds. One moment. We'll go like this. We'll get rid of that one. As I disappear for 5 minutes. I come back, and we're still talking about koala bears as well. We are indeed. And I've almost got one up on the screen behind me as well, just because they're really angry looking. You know, like, look at that little fella. He doesn't look too friendly, does he? No, that's the wrong way. Damn it. Prediction is 170 as well. Says it's for there in the chat. And also we've got the search it up as well. And we also got there too late to predict first innings as well. Beer Pro live stream coming tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Now to Plants vs Zombies battle for Novaville. And they aren't real as well. He looks pretty real to me. Look at those teeth, eh? Don't put your finger in there. It'll bite it off. I like the fact that I can just put anything I want on the green screen behind me as well. It looks like my mum when she's grumpy. I really hope your mum doesn't watch these live streams as well, mate, or else you are getting yourself in a big bit of trouble for that one. Hopefully she is all right with it. There we go. We're back at the MCG. And what was mine? As I said, Brandon, so your prediction for this one, Brandon, was 174. Probably pretty decent prediction here so far. We're at 10 overs at the moment. I was trying to get rid of my barley sugar. It's still going, though. We haven't quite been able to wear it down as of yet. Joe Clark sitting on 38 off 21. Cartwright sitting on 39 off 28. Both of these men bringing up about a 70-run partnership between them, which has been absolutely phenomenal for those well. As Maxwell still in, he is not. He ended up going out for only 2 runs. Glenn Maxwell, something that we weren't really expecting to see from him. Just because he is normally, I guess you could say, they're actually taking the power set straight away here. And also, don't put your finger in a koala as well. Coming over, tell us what happened to action there. Well, it just looked, I said about how that picture does exist. Not the one of me putting my finger in a koala, but me petting a koala with like a crazed look in my eye as if I was like possessed. Tell you what, I'm willing to see whether or not I can find it for you guys. Maybe. You guys are being nice to me today. You know, we had a donation war earlier on. So I feel like the least I can do is show you a picture of my koala. Or not my koala. You're coming to my Be a Pro. If the if the cricket is finished, perhaps I will be able to make it. At least it looks better than my 190. Or it looks better to get 190, sorry, there. In the chat as well. And also, how could Melbourne be at this stage as well? I hope it's at least a female koala. I hope so too. Right, I've found the picture, but what we're going to be doing is I will be showing it at the halfway stage because I will have to unshare my screen that I have got there. But be sure to stick around till halftime and you will see a picture of me as a child touching a koala. Friendly, respectfully as well. And also 3 wickets from now as well. It says Darryl there. It's a good Yorker bowled. The car ride once again just going to be whipping that to the leg side. Does get through for the single as well. And Melbourne are batting first as well in there. And how could Melbourne be at that stage as well? 3 wickets from now. And Darryl was fixed as well. It says JA's there in the chat. And I hope it was at least a female koala as well. And Maxwell out unless you're giving him a second chance. As well, says Robert. And at the moment, Cartwright flying up in the runs. It looked like Joe Clark was going to be top run scorer. He's going to come back and going absolutely crazy in terms of the way that he has been able to continue going and gets himself set. He does hit it to the leg side. And that's going to once again be the single. And also we have got there, I can't schedule my live stream. I do not go live as well. And this says Brendan. I guess it depends on what you live stream on, Brendan, I think, with whether or not you are able to schedule one rather than kind of going for a friendly and respectful when you touch koalas, kids. As I said to Sebastian there, and they should have been on 50 runs now, as well said Darryl there. Shot down the ground, but Cartwright is just playing on another level. That's another 6. He didn't even try and hit it all the way, and that's another 6 for him. And that will bring up the 50 for Hilton Cartwright. Ant Koala Sloths as well. And there as well says Music Kiwi and 6. Says that's and also going well after that shaky start there. 93 meters for Hilton Cartwright. This man is just a beast. Anytime you give him width, he swings through the line of the ball and just keeps on pelting the man who's down by the sight screen. Trying to get him at this stage by the looks of it on phone as well, says Brandon. Yeah, so I don't believe you are able to schedule one on a phone, but rather you do just have to go live at the time. I think no spoilers, please. For us, Hus Rafa there as well. And the others got there. And a game is set for Melbourne as well. Says Darryl there. Also, maybe my prediction will be correct after all. As well, says Music Kiwi. I think you're not a mile off, mate. The way that it's going at the moment, they're hitting the ball hard, they're hitting the ball long, and they are getting themselves plenty of runs. And I believe I only said 165. I'm a little bit nervous at this point. 12 bowled there. Now we always got the good to see King Evil Petty doing his job low as well, says JA's there. And maybe once again, he's just trying to hit everyone around the ground at the moment, Cartwright. He's just almost taken out one of the cheerleaders. Just keeps going. I'm going to sleep. Although remember, 191 and 145 for the Heat buy as well, says Music Kiwi. We will see you later on, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And this live stream just going. Wickets needed as well, says Daryl, and also the koala emojis from Sebastian there as well. Cartwright, that is the first over of the power surge. That was a huge one that he did it himself, at least 2 sixes in. And also, I think they were able to get themselves maybe one other boundary as well. So just racing up here for the Melbourne Stars. To a total of 54 balls left as well. Has my voice gotten better since having the barley sugar, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. It's a good old shot, though, from Elton Cartwright. Really putting it together nicely. I will not do spoilers anymore as well. And there says, Rafa, hopefully I pronounce your name correctly. I do apologize if I have got it a little bit wrong there. Elton Cartwright, the moment, he is certainly hitting the ball well. Hitting the ball long as well. Joe Clark, he will be trying to back it up from this end. Basley has bowled 2 overs, has only gone for the 13. Who is this evil, or King Evil, or Evil King Paddy person as well? Sees that Paddy wagon there, and wickets need mode me. I love your channel. Good, I'm from China as well. Says that, would you take this as your emoji? Would you take this as your emoji? Better name it. That's a shot from Joe Clark. Going all the way for 6. What do you think that one means, Sebastian? It's a brilliant shot from Joe Clark. Just ends up ramping at times it to perfection. Hits it 89 meters. I'm trying not to dribble. I still got my barley sugar in at the moment. That's an absolutely phenomenal shot there for Joe Clark. Nice old shot down the ground, or kind of backwards, as I guess you could say. And also lots of there as well. I've got BBL fixed report as well. And the chat, welcome in, mate. Down the leg side. That's a brilliant shot. They're showing it once again for Joe Clark as well. As a hashtag FOYM as well, giving himself space there. Joe Clark puts it to the leg side. He's trying to get through and get himself a possible 50 as well here alongside Elton Cartwright. Their partnership is now 95 runs off 55 balls. How different this innings is going there. 72% chance. And welcome out BBL fixed moment as well. And then says JAs. But yeah, the fact that they were actually sitting with about a 15% chance of winning this game, now sitting with a 72% chance of winning this game, the Melbourne Stars, just shows how quickly a game can change. Oh, a little bit short. And Basley he has bowled the bounce there. It was the wide as well. That will be considered as one of the short balls. 5 over as well. But 6 BBL career 50 and 60 matches there for Hilton Cartwright. Joe Clark, can he make back-to-back 50s for himself, finding that form? And what was the projected score, Amish, as well? Says it Robert at the moment. I don't think they've actually shown that for a little while, but after the power surge, I believe they will end up putting it up. But I believe if they keep on going at the rate that they are here, they're probably going to be looking at around that 200 mark as a projected, maybe just a little bit lower at about 190. Okay, now it's 198 for the projected one. They're going 10 and over. They will get themselves close to that 200 as well, pushing towards 200 as well there. Says JAs, they are indeed. It's a good single there for Basley. Elton Cart right now. He's on strike. No, sorry, it's actually Joe Clark. He might be able to bring up the 50. He's tried to hit that one hard down the ground. I'll set it straight to the man, and that will be the single between the wickets as well. Currently getting closer and closer to the end of the power surge, which has been a very effective one here for the Melbourne Stars at the crease. That's the thing. Dots, they've actually had 24 dots. A lot of those were in that first innings or the first few overs when it was the big old pressure. First over only went for 2 runs. 3 for 16 was what they were sitting on, and now they are sitting 3 for 114. That's a good shot there. And Basley now in the Majip sneaks back to it, and they are going to be able to get back for the 2 runs there as well. Just the one more run, or the one more over. That's a lie. One more ball, I should say as well. That's a 100-run partnership, though, for these two. That is phenomenal. From about 60 balls as well, they have been able to do it. 100 runs from 59 balls. Game-changing partnership here for the Melbourne Stars. But Hilton Cartwright now, the job is not done as of yet. They do need to keep on going. That one's going to be racing close to the boundary now. The fielder trying to cut it off. Done it beautifully. The outfield looks great at the Gabba as well. It's looking very silky and very good to slide on as well. It's going to be the end of the over, and it is going to be 119 for 3 here for the Melbourne Stars. They are going to need a wicket, and they are going to need one soon if they do want a chance of being able to get themselves back in this game, the Brisbane Heat, because we know that when they have to chase a big total, they do not do too well. Also, we have seen 2 players make 100-meter runs or 100 runs that are on the same team. Have we ever seen 2 players make 100 runs that are on the same team? I don't believe so. In the BBL, anyway, that I know of. In the same game as well, says JAs. I don't think so. 250s is even rare enough, I guess you could say, in the KFC Big Bash, and didn't expect them to pick it up after Steiner, Burns, and Maxwell did so shockingly as well. Says Sebastian, yeah, for them to go from, like I mentioned, being around that 15% chance of winning to now being 73% chance of winning, it's very well done. And the one we have got there, my name is Mashrafi as well. Welcome into the live stream, Mashrafi. Hope you are doing well. And also, we've seen hat tricks though as well. Good strike of the ball there for Joe Clark, and also we've got their Munro and Marsh. If I've made hundreds in separate games as well, says Robert there. At the moment, it looks like Hilton Cartwright. He looks like he wants maybe all. He's actually stretching one of his legs at the moment, Hilton Cartwright. I hope he hasn't got an injury there. Definitely not with the form that he has been able to find in this one. Can he bring up 100? I did mention about the hundreds before this game. McDermott able to get one earlier on in the day. Can he get another one for the Melbourne Stars? That's a nice shot there from Joe Clark. Well batted. He's got a back-to-back 50 and a new high score in the KFC Big Bash as well. The Englishman doing very nicely indeed. I'm giving him a clap, you guys. I don't know whether or not you can hear me clapping as well. We have also got there. Hat tricks are a little more common. I would love to see these two both make duns as well. That's the thing. Harris Ralph and also it was Rashid Khan both getting a hat trick on the same day in the BBL that last year or the year before, I think it was, in separate games, which was kind of weird. The fact that we hadn't seen one up till that point, and then all of a sudden both of them have, and that's another good shot there from Joe Clark. 4 more runs for him as well. They are flying forward. We always go there. What is your name? My name is Hamish. But yeah, my voice is a little bit rough from all the talking that I have ended up doing, unfortunately, over the last little while. But BBL, second 50 and 9 matches here for Joe Clark. So he's very happy with the way that he has been playing now in these games. Definitely the recent ones. Well, let's go there, Sebastian, and see Joe Clark back-to-back half centuries here. Very impressive from the amount of runs that he had been able to get up till this point in the KFC Big Bash. Gives himself space, hits the card shot as well. I don't think they'll get back for 2 there. Oh, they almost didn't, but it was nicely done, and they did make a back game. It's fixed. 3 wickets at early stage in bowling was at the point, but now it's off point as well, says Daryl there as well. So, yeah, I assume that was it just so that someone could put a lot of money on them, Daryl, I assume? And then they were able to change the momentum. So pretty much you put a heap of money on the Melbourne Stars when they're not paying a lot, and then the Brisbane Heat, they're like, oi, bowl badly, guys, because then we can make a heap of money. I assume that's something along those lines. Bob, and this is JA's. Of course, the game is picked, like all of them as well. Well, not the Hobart Hurricanes games. Those are all fine. And that is going to be now on down the ground, and that is going to be just the single there to close it out. Oh, it looks like you want some more gloves here at the stage. And what is your country as well? My country is New Zealand. So we are currently sitting at 12:06 a.m. Yeah, so we're past midnight. It is relatively late at night, but we are still here for some more KFC Big Bash live commentary as well. Now, at this stage, we have got the Iceland is this country as well. Says that JA's there. The jet, not quite. It has got land in it, but just not quite ice at the start as well. But the partnership is sitting on 117 runs off 65 balls for them as well, which is absolutely incredible. That's a full toss. Hilton Cartwright goes bang, and that's another six here. What is the most sixes we have seen from one man in the competition so far? Because Hilton Cartwright, he's trying to change it a little bit because he is now sitting on 7 sixes. Like they've just said, this is the biggest partnership in Melbourne Stars history between these two men. Bob lives in the country of Tasmania. Says Trucker Down Under as well. Yeah. I can't speak anymore. I still got that barley sugar, and it's like digging into my cheek. Unfortunately. I feel like there is a Bob in Tasmania. I don't know whether or not he considers Tasmania a country, though. But there probably is at least one Bob. I lives with Patrick in the ocean as well. I think that's Sponge, isn't it? That's weird when you think about it. Like SpongeBob SquarePants. His first name is SpongeBob, isn't it? But is it like Sponge hyphen Bob? Is it like a double banger? Bangladesh is my country as well. And it's a very nice place. Bangladesh. Looking forward to seeing New Zealand versus Bangladesh in the test match. Been to Iceland in 2015. Oh, the only place I've been colder than home as well. Said Sebastian, yeah, they like to swim in like ice baths of just the water, don't they? Or am I thinking of Finland? Which one is it? There's like those real icy like lakes that people are just like, hey, we'll just have a dip in there as well. I'm not too keen on that idea. I feel like that's the thing. Like, I don't know what is appropriate to say, but pretty much I'm thinking of as soon as you jump in that water, something is going missing for a little while, I would think, with how cold that water is. But that is going to be, once again, another single in Hilton Cartwright. Currently sitting on 69 off 39. You speak fluent English or English for Bangladeshian as well. And that's going to be a nice cut shot there. And it does go out to deep point for just the single once again. At the moment, 13.3 overs down. The thing is, this total is going to be closer to the 200 mark. Novmum, if she is still here, have we still got a Novmum? Because if we do, I feel like her 210 prediction could actually be very close to it as well. It's going to be nicely bowled by Majib, and he does just go for the single. I feel like the fact that he still has one more, so it is 180 possible, Kiwi lads. At least 180 is possible here, I would say, with the way that they are going. Instead, we need more ice in your mum's basement as well, says J. Hayes. So that the bodies don't completely thaw out, or are they? Oh, no, sorry, they're still alive, aren't they? Of course. Oh, so you got there. Ice equals. Seb got the reference. There, of course, the coldness equals no banana as well. In some regards, I think we that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess, those images there. I don't think I didn't need to explain them too much. Advancing there down the pitch, it was Joe Clark, and it is going to be just a single there on the leg side, or do they take on the two? Bancroft, he's not playing in this game, but it was instead going to be Bryant, and he was like, not going to be taken on the two there. 144 for 3 here after the 14 overs. Current run rate of 10.4. That's a bit high as well. But at the moment, it will be interesting to see how it does sit for the second innings of this matchup as well, because we do always have our prediction, as you can see down the bottom of the screen. As soon as this first innings ends, be sure to get in your predictions with how many runs you think that the Brisbane Heat will be able to get. If you guess the total runs and you're either closest, second closest, or third closest, you do get some points towards our end of year kind of tally up that we are being doing as well. What is your second live as well? And yeah, I believe as in what one are we doing next? It is going to be the Ashes, and that is going to be tomorrow. I do want to do the game between South Africa and England at some stage, but I believe at this point in time, I believe it's an interesting one for that match, because I think it is still rain delayed. Yeah, it is. So they haven't really been getting too much game going. Hard to do the helicopter in Iceland as well. Yes, it is indeed. What is the smaller version of a helicopter? I guess a ceiling fan. I feel like you'd be doing the ceiling fan rather than the helicopter, as on South Africa and India as well. Says Sebastian there on the chat. Yeah, they are still rain delayed, unfortunately. Ooh. It is 122 for KL Rahul here sitting on. They haven't actually had any play today in South Africa, which does not look too good. I don't think my bet is far off as well. Says that Kevin there on the chat. At the moment now, Joe Clark bouncing up and down, getting ready to go. Tries to play the ramp shot, premeditating. And it does end up. Oh, it's a wide as well. That is a bit of a shame. But looking through at some of the bets that we did have, Kevin, your bet for this one, you said 144, I believe, if I'm not wrong for this one there. And I was like, okay, buy in there. As also, we'll see a little bit later on, mate. And also, what was your prediction, Kevin? As well, says Robert there in the chat. But yeah, I believe it was 144. This one. At the moment, he looks familiar. Who is that man in the commentary box? I recognize him, but I can't think of him. Joe Clark there. Once again, it's going to the boundary. This boundary's not long enough for these two. They just keep on hitting it through the gaps, and they keep on finding the boundary as well. The thing is, 150 runs at this stage after only 14.2 overs for themselves. This is going at a frantic rate. How did they turn 16 for 3 into this at the moment for the Melbourne Stars? But they've got a 94% jump. Mine was 215 as well. Says not mum. Tell you what, you knew something about this pitch that we didn't. I'll wait up. I think I've got it from earlier on. 210 for 5. But not mum, not taken in the deep. And then it's going to be another 6 runs for them as well. This game is going mental at the moment in terms of the amount of runs that the Melbourne Stars are putting together. At the moment, they've almost got a partnership of 150 runs, the most partnership that the Melbourne Stars have ever had at the crease, by about 30 or 40 now, the way that these two are going. Chris Lynn saying, hopefully we can just do the same. That's easier said than done. Hilton Cartwright's at 7 6s, 4 for Joe Clark. I've just looked at a number. Ladies and gentlemen, here. This is in the situation of, it's very weird to look at this number. Hilton Cartwright here. He's sitting on 71 runs. Yeah, 71 runs for himself, right? 1-4. 7 6s. One has not made it to the boundary on the full. The rest of the ones, 7 of them have gone over. I'm carrying the icebox to the basement as we speak as well. And also, we look at there. I am the Big Bosh. Oh, sorry. I am Big Boss is Brisbane of Bangladesh as well. Yeah, the Big Bash. It is a very exciting competition. That is sure. I mean, I'm not going to get any point at this stage. They reach 200, I guess, as well. Oh, Karai once again just goes bang. Oh, it's going to be another one. And because of that, he moves up to 8 6s now. I'm a big fan of Big Bash Australian cricket. He's staying. He likes bowlers. He's chucking down under there as well. And Sebastian, he has got some ice. And I think we need an ice machine in the basement, as I said, JAs. I know that this isn't quite the same ice machine that you are speaking of, but I remember buying a snow cone machine in my younger years. But it wasn't like a proper snow cone machine. It was just pretty much like an ice grinder. Like there was plastic, and it didn't really make good snow cones. It was just pretty much you try and grind the absolute shiznit out of the rice. Well, not the rice, sorry, the ice. And you just go like that. And then from there, you do that. And then from there, you would just break it down with screws and whatnot. He likes Bob's and Virgins, says Jay. And also 72 or 71 runs as well. Yeah, Hilton Cartwright playing absolutely phenomenally at the moment, moving up onto 77 now after hitting another 6. And we have got there as Michael Vaughan, Mark Howard, and someone else. Hamish as well says it was there from Robert Miller. Going to be the slow ball, Hilton Cartwright. That one hasn't gone to the boundary on the full, but it is going to be racing down the ground. Now, but it cut it off. The 2 runs once again taken. Phenomenal over once again forming here for the Melbourne Stars, sitting on 165, 166. That's more than I predicted them to get. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. 150 runs from 80 balls here for this partnership. This is some magical stuff going on for the Melbourne Stars, and this is at the Gabba as well. And also, I can just cage them up. It's outside. We're sitting at -6 at the moment. It sounds like Gilchrist as well. Oh, it's going to be another wide. He's stepping across. And okay, bye, friend, as well. We will see you later, mate. I do appreciate you being here. We will see you for the next one as well. Yeah, at the moment, Bangladesh, New Zealand, we are covering that on the channel as well. So it is going to be a very exciting tour for the test matches So be sure to stick around for that one as well. But the sixes, they've had 12 sixes, 7 fours. Almost double the fours or the sixes than the fours. That is a number we don't normally see very often. I feel like I'm getting thrown off big time. That's a full toss. Joe Clark, though, this could actually be him gone. Yes, it is. Or is it? Is it going to be a full toss no ball, or is it going to be the wicket of Clark? Oh, sorry, it's actually the wicket of Cartwright going there. He's going to lose his wicket there, and it is going to be 79 off 44. Think he is going to be on his way there, Cartwright as well, and also both friend, I love you as well. And this is a vision, a lot of or we can veg. I've aged them here at my joint 44 degrees. If they won't last long. I'll cage them here. It's all good for that one, and that is going to be the wicket there. And they do lose their 4th wicket now of the day. But that's the thing. I've just had a thought. I'm going to slide down here because it's quite comfy. But they've still got Andre Russell for the Melbourne Stars. Like, you've got Andre Russell, who's about to make his way to the crease, and also, boyfriend, I love you more. Please mode me friend as well. Says OJAs, and also the Heat sucks, really. Says Aiden there, but Elton Cartwright raises the bat, 79 off 44. Like I mentioned, had a huge amount of sixes, 8 to be exact, compared to the 1-4 that he did get himself. Bo Webster gives him a tap on the back there. Marcus Steiner is going, lucky I went out earlier, or else you wouldn't have been able to do that. As well, they're going to have to chase 200 plus as well, says Aiden there. Brown back. I couldn't sleep. What happened as well, says Music Kiwi. Oh, it just went weird. Overall, it just kind of ended up escalating big time. And they got a 150 run partnership of only 80 balls. They're sitting on 167 off 15 overs. And Andre Russell now, the big man, I must be getting this 3 points as well, says Music Kiwi, although Novmum, she did have it just a little bit higher. She had 210 for this one, so I believe she will be getting the points for this matchup as well. And also, chat also went weird, says JAs. I feel like the chat always goes weird eventually, and I feel like it is completely fine. You know, it's like when people like, oi, like, talk about the game a bit more, and it's like, we could talk about ice machines and people in the basement. 19 balls it took them to get their third 50. And this one is Andre with the Jamaica flag there from Sebastian as well. Also, we got the, oh no, I'm saying, well, hey, if I knew any better, I'd think the same as well. And there says Aiden there, but now it is going to be Kuhneman. Andre Russell blocks that ball, and that is going to be the dot ball. The moment, the projected, if they go at the rate that they are here, they're getting 220 runs. 10 and over from here gets them 215. 14 from here on out gets them 235. Brisbane Heats lose them big time tonight as well. Andre Russell is gone. I'm giving him out. I put my finger too high. And also, I've got that. Does Hamish have ponytail, Hamish? As well, not really. It's a little bit of one of those ones of pretty much trying to hide my hair so you guys can't see it, but it's just a little tiny thing that's like, I called it a deflated bunny's tail the other day, how it just sits there behind my head, just pretty much so that I don't have it in my way. As Wicket, please, Wicket, come on, or come now as well. Says Jay, and it's a man bun as well. It's not quite a man bun though. It's a really rough man bun if it is considered that. As Jamaica with the duck as well. Unfortunately, Andre Russell, he's going to be on his way there as well. What happened? What does the guy have 70 runs from 4 overs as well? It says Music Kiwi. Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't quite go well for Liam Guthrie. He got 2 wickets, but he got 70 runs scored off him as well. He sounded like Daryl calling a wicket as well. And there says over there, and if Brisbane wins, I'm flashing everyone on Discord as well, says Aiden there in the chat. At the moment now, it is going to be by Webster. Probably didn't expect to be out of the crease as early as that after Andre Russell making his way out there, although he would have known that they would have been swinging here. But Kuhneman able to pick up his first wicket of the day, 167. And Rob, I was trying to sound like Roman as well there. It says Jay Hayes. A little bit excited, and that is going to be the single. So Clark still at the crease. He's moved up to 74. So perhaps if he can get himself up to 100, would be awesome for that man. Give him a lot of confidence as well. At the moment, Elton Cartwright just talking, predicted as 218 as well. It is indeed flying up at the moment. That is for sure. And if we do get to see a few more boundaries, perhaps it goes even higher than 218. Although I believe it won't actually go higher than 218. I feel like more than likely there should be a little bit of a slower stage, I guess you could say, and it will become only around that 205 wicket, please, or wicket need, please. I love your friend as well. Says a version there. Once again, Joe Clark tries to smack it away. It is going to be the dot ball, though, for Kuhnemann. These are crucial dot balls. As well, I will mention, and also, if Adam was at the game, since he's at the coast, he could have done a live cross for you as well. Says Robert there. That would have been interesting to see how it goes. In that regard, has Majib got a wicket? He is not at this stage. He's bowled 3 overs. He's gone for an economy of only 7, though. And that is the best economy out of any player. The second best is actually Kuhnemann now. That was a good over for him. 169 now for 5 here for the Melbourne Stars. And also 5 wickets, please, need, please, as well. There says Jay there. The chat as well. I mean, they've got 5 in total. Can they get another 5? Hilton Cartwright has just said from here, what would they be happy with? And he said 180. I was going to say, like the commentators are saying it as well. If they do end up getting less than 180, they've gone horribly wrong for the next few overs as well. I feel like you'd say anything under 190 is probably a letdown as well. It's straight back at Majib, and they do not get the single there as well. More chance of a yawn. Then 5 wickets as well. And scorecard refresh, please, as well. Says it, Robert. Hopefully it has now refreshed itself. There we go. I think it is updating now for itself as well. How's that? No, must have got a little bit of bat on it as well there. At the moment, Joe Clark, he's sitting on 75 of 40 deliveries here himself. At the other end, it is Bo Webster sitting on 1 off 1. So I feel like feeding the strike to Clark is a very good idea. It's a big full toss, smacks it down the ground hard, but there is a man there. It doesn't matter. He just smacks it too hard there. And, bro, how are you going to stay awake for the whole game, you crazy man, as well? And it says a music giveaway, and that's because I told Vaughan to stay 180 as well. And it says Robert. But, yeah, for me, I mean, it's just a case of, like, momentum, I guess you could say. Having you guys on the chat always makes these games absolutely fly by. Like, this is still the first innings. It's going to be finishing at, like, 2 a.m. Then we get up early morning tomorrow to prepare for the Ashes. That's another 6 there for Joe Clark. Why can't I say Clark? I'm going to drink some water. 7 4s, 5 6s, striking at over 200. At the moment, as they're going, and Fanta and Barley Sugar as well. CJAs and also 174 is a much good one as well. And then also the 6 Sebastian there. Should I have a Fanta? I know that we do have cans of Fanta in the hallway. I'm considering it. Well, what did we do last time? What was the Fanta, like, kind of thingy that we had to do last time to be able to have a Fanta? I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's Baldine. Joe Clark is going to be gone, and that's going to be 85 for him off 44. But still very nicely done. Does end up giving him a bit of a pat on the back there from Majib, saying, well, better, mate. And that is a nice little shine of respect from him as well. Well, I hope no one else said higher than 191 as well. I believe just Novmum did. That one on Livestream up. Be a pro on Rugby Challenge 4 as well. Says I'm running there, well bowled there. Be sure to like and subscribe, Koala, folks. Sorry, folks, Koala pictures are coming at halftime as well. That is true. I've just realized we're only 3 overs away from that, aren't we? And I have to show a picture of me touching a koala in a friendly way, in a respectful way, in a nice, like patting it. And you should have put aloe vera on your face. I bet you bet it feels a tad warm as well, says Jay. It's a little bit warm. It's not actually, tell you what, it's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. I remember skiing, I ended up looking like I was sunburned, but it was just because I was warm. And anytime I got warm, I just looked red. And also Novmum said 210 there as well. I'm wondering, it was actually the 3rd highest that we have got on the live stream. We're going to have a quick look. So we got 177, 180 is the next highest, I believe we have got. 175. Oh, Xavier Brown has said 200 for 10 as well. 200 for 7, sorry. So I believe he is actually just a little bit higher as well. So at this stage, the way that they're going, it looks like it could be possibly going Novmum, Xavier Brown, and then it will be finishing off with it will be Music Kiwi there as well. I'm about to leave, and then you mentioned the photo, so I must stay now. So it says Music Kiwi there. And also, can you see a scheduled live stream as well? We'll have a look at halftime as well. I predicted 180 as well. Says Robert there in the chat. And now the stage, Kuhnemann doing very nicely indeed for himself. Going for 1 for 22, which does sound expensive, but it's actually very solid in the innings that they've had so far. But the projected score at the moment, they could get themselves near that 200. I feel like it's almost going to be Xavier Brown, maybe. Does get himself all of the points available for the 3 if they don't end up hitting a couple more boundaries. It looks like they're playing a little bit more sensible. Where did all these predictions come from as well? Says Music Kiwi, though. We are right at the start of the live stream. Some of them even before the match had started as well. One moment. Xavier Brown, his was from 11 p.m., so 5 minutes before the start. Nov Mums was actually at 10:33. She was there extremely early for that first one. That's why she was able to get it out right at the start of this live stream as well. But Nathan caught denial now, stepping across the stumps, doesn't actually connect with it. And it is going to be the dot ball. They've actually lost both set batsmen. So actually, to be fair, it might be sitting closer to that 190 mark as well. If I get no points for this innings, I'm quitting as well. Says the Music Kiwi there. If it makes you feel better, I said 165. She's still closer than me in that regard. But caught denial now. Going to be sitting 0 runs off 1 delivery. It's a very good over from Kuhnemann there. Hasn't gone for a huge amount. Actually, at this stage, I think you've almost already secured 1 point. Music Kiwi, the way that we're sitting at the moment. If they get like 5 more runs, you've already got 1. Because you had that 191. So I believe you only need another 5 runs from the last 12 balls, and you will be able to get yourself at least the 1 point as well. I, on the other hand, will not be receiving any points for this one as well. Good to know there, whips it away to the offside, and that will be the single to close out the over as well. Very, very good over there. And only the 2 runs from it. Brilliant over from Kuhnemann, in fact. They have been able to bring up that 180 that Hilton Cartwright wanted in that situation. So that is at least a good sign for them in that regard. And also I want 3 as well, it says Music Kiwi there. That as well. Well, you better tell this man who is about to bowl this next over, you better tell him he's got to bowl efficiently. Because if he ends up not giving away too many runs, pretty much if it's closer to 191, then it is to 200. So pretty much if it is 195 or less, you will receive 3 points. If it's anything more than 195, then you will receive 2 points. And if it's way more than that, you will receive 1 point as well. But at the moment, these last 3 overs have been very strong. Mark Steggity there. That's going to be out up in the air from Court Denial. Drifting in the air, and it is going to be taken there. Another wicket down, and the Stars now going 7 down there. And it is taken nicely by Max Bryant, giving Duckett a bit of a cuddle there. 2 boys out on the boundary. And they were very happy with that one indeed. And that is going to be the 7th wicket falling now. And Nathan Courtenay loses his wicket. They're starting to fall over here a little bit, the Melbourne Stars. Maybe Hilton Cartwright was onto something when he said he only wanted 180 at the Gabba. But at the moment, they are sitting with a 74% chance. I want to see a hat-trick as well, says J.A.'s, and also Webster out. Oh, I believe it was Courtenay who was on strike there. It's just ticked over to the next over. But also Case Ahmed now. Oh, he's promoted. They're sending Case Army there. And Ronco, sorry, as I said, division, no worries, mate. And also, we've got there. So, what if it's still the same score? Now we will get the points. So, I believe you will get the points, Robert, if it does stay exactly the way that it is. And if it is closer to that 191 mark, I believe you will get the points rather than Xavier as well. So, you need it to stay around 100. The ideal scenario for you guys is somewhere around that 186 or so, because then I think you both actually will get the 3 points as well. And caught denial. Just gets that one a little bit wrong. Like Hodges said, he's made a slightly difficult catch or a slightly easy catch look extremely difficult. But Case Ahmed at the moment, he's got a very wide stride. He always looks like he's got pads on that are like way too big for him. But he will be running between the wickets hard. This one is going to be a big swing from Bo Webster. I don't believe he hit that one. And it is going to be called as a one. I swear they hit him in the box there. And now at this stage, I thought it clipped him. That shouldn't have been wide. That should have been counted as just a dot ball. But Bo Webster now, he's got an extra delivery to be able to go after now. That's it. That one hard. It's over the top of the field. And this is looking like it's going to be racing away for at least the 2 runs. Man, able to cut it off there. And they will end up with 3 runs. Good running between the wickets there for young Case Ahmed there. And now because of it, they move up to 185 now in total. I feel like I'm about 5 seconds off sneezing. I might be, you'll be a pro, Kiwi lads. And now I started in one as well. Says Brandon, what position did you go, Brandon? Do let me know. But at the moment now, Case Ahmed, 13 sixes, 8 fours. He has got for himself as well here. And at the moment, 185 for 7 here for the Melbourne Stars. They certainly look like they're working in the 200 mark. They have slowed down just a little bit more as of late. Anything over, I would say anything over 195, they will be well and truly happy with on the surface. Chris Linney will have to try and deliver straight away. And that is something that could lead to a wicket. Case Ahmed advances and hits it down the ground. They decide against going for the shot at the stumps. And that is going to be just a single there for Case Ahmed. Being willing to drive forward at Stickety. It's very brave from Case Ahmed as well. 144 Ks as well. Competitive score. Lynn will have to go on, or to be on his game tonight as well, says Jay Hayes there. Jay certainly will be. Him and the rest of the batting lineup of the Brisbane Heat. Max Bryan included. Those two guys at the top of the order. Bo Webster tries to hit that one hard. Doesn't get all of it, but it does go down the ground, and that will be kept to just a single. As well, it's not a very long boundary down the ground. And also, if you start another Be a Pro campaign, would you still go with scrum half as well? Says Sebastian. I go to a fullback as well, says Brandon there. It's a good question. I'm really great as well, says Brandon. I'm sure that you are very good at your fullback role. What club did you sign for, Brandon? As I do, let me know. But I think it depends. I've kind of completed what I could as a halfback, and also with the fact that the career mode glitched out, so I didn't get to take part in the World Cup. That's a good shot there from Case Ahmed, and ends up gliding it down, and that's going to be 191 runs now for him as well. Well played there by the 5 foot, not a lot, Case Ahmed there. But at the moment, 18.5, and it's sitting on 191 here, so it's getting relatively close to those score predictions that we did see for the higher end as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back with plenty more BBL in the future, and also the Ashes tomorrow. It might be the final day of that matchup as well, so we will have to wait and see how it does go. But now it is going to be Case Ahmed. If 10 and over is scored from here on out, they will get themselves 203 runs. Where does Stickety put this one? Oh, he's tried to, he's hit it off the edge, and that's going to be racing away for the boundary once again for Case Ahmed. That moves up to 195, and congrats, Brandon, as well. And that says Sebastian, that's okay. Hemrick is about to hatchman as well. Says that Music Kiwi, I assume that is a hat trick. And yeah, at this stage, the only way for you to get the full 3 here is if they don't get themselves one more run in Brazil. And there, how was the second ball off Stickety a wide? It looked like a normal delivery. Yeah, it ended up hitting the man as well. 5 foot, not a lot. You just described old mate Domus, says Jay Hayes there. And I'm actually going to look up Case Ahmed's height while I've got a little bit of time here while we're waiting for the final over. Case is a hard name to spell. No, I've managed that. Afghan player. He is currently not willing to tell everyone his height by the looks of it. He's actually younger than me. He is born in August 15th, 2000 as well. Very young player, so a bright future perhaps for him as well. But now at this stage, it is going to be, it's a big shot there from Webster. Does he get all of it? I don't know whether or not he did. No, he doesn't. And it is going to be the wicket there. That's going to be Mark Stickety able to take that catch as well. Who was a lady bowler? Oh, the last bowler they trashed as well. And this is Music Kiwi, and also it was Basley who is there. Come on, 110 as well. And NPC Tasman as well. Tasman, very good side to sign for, that is for sure. At the moment, that is going to be going up. It does go down. OMG still alive as well, says Music Kiwi. There's still a chance for you, mate, as long as there isn't a single run here. So I believe the way that it's sitting at the moment, Novmum, you've secured yourself. Oh, actually, no, you haven't. It's between you and also, I believe, Robert is sitting there on 180. And also on 180, we did have another prediction somewhere. Where was it? 180. It was Andrew Thompson, who also said 180. So if there is one more run, it means that Novmum does get a point off Robert. And also it does mean that Xavier gets a point off Music Kiwi. As well, my screen has decided to disappear. Okay, now it is back. Just good news. Adam Zampa now making his way out to the crease. I think they saved him a little bit later because they didn't really want to bowl him. Or didn't really want to bat him, in this game. Now it is going to be Case Ahmed on strike. He's got himself a couple edges. It's got 2 boundaries from it, though. And Basley just needs to put it on the stump. He tries to ramp. It works out for Case Ahmed. Unorthodox shot. And that is going to be the single there. As well, Brisbane chasing this down in the last ball as well. Says 8 in there. Tell you what, that would be very impressive is my prediction as well, says Aiden. Now at this stage, it is going to be Basley. And I actually like that side of it. Having that thing of if you do predict how many runs they are going to be able to get the second team, Linda is 1.83. What about Case Ahmed? How short does he need? A 6 or a 2 as well? And there says Novmum, yeah, 6 would help you out, yeah. And Adam Zampa, he will be trying to do it for you. He's done the ramp shot, and it's worked out nicely. That's going to be the 4 runs for Adam Zampa. And now that moves up to 200. So Xavier's got it bang on the money at the moment. And if there is 2 more runs, and also, are you writing this down as I says, Aiden? I am not at this stage. I am pretty much, I have actually starred your one, sorry, I should say. But yeah, pretty much, I've decided that that is the system that we are going to be going with. So if you say that they are going to win the game, it's not about how many runs you say that they will get. It's about how many balls will be remaining. So if you think that the Melbourne Stars will win, let me know how many runs the Brisbane Heat will have. 6 foot as well. Says Robert there. Surely Case Ahmed is not 6 foot, 5'9". There says Sebastian. They are going to be taking the single when they do get it there for Adam Zampa there and Brahma Cry as well. And there says Music Kiwi and Woo 200 runs. Says that Novmum there as well. So if they hit one more boundary and a single, they need 5 runs, and then you will get yourself the full 3 points. Novmum, whereas at this stage, you are sitting at getting yourself 2 points. They will win in the last ball as well, says Aiden there for his prediction. So it will be, so as that was 0 balls remaining. Aiden, oh, Case Ahmed, he's tried to give that one everything. He has got it all the way for 6. Brilliant shot. Steketty catches it over the rope, and that secures the 3 for Novmum. Steketty just misread that one. Unfortunately, he thought that he was going to be able to take that one comfortably and ends up carrying the rope there. Case Ahmed, it's 88 meters. 88 meters for Case Ahmed there. And Steketty didn't realize the rope was, unfortunately, just got the wrong side of that with no balls remaining as well. And there, as I said, Aiden. And also, I can't see my schedule lights soon. Can you look? Give lads, that's going to straight up in the air for Case Ahmed, who's got it as well. It is going to be taken by Ducken, and they are going to be 9 down, but the points are going to be as follows. Novmum receives the full 3 on offer. Then in second, it is going to be Xavier Brown, who was able to get his first points of this year's competition. And then it is going to be Music Kiwi, who does still receive the 1 point for that one. So congratulations to everyone for your predictions for that one. So yeah, if you are going to say that it is going to be the Brisbane Heat getting that one, it is going to be the case of you do have to say how many balls left the Melbourne Stars, or sorry, if the Brisbane Heat win, you got to say how many balls left they have. And if they don't win, you got to say how many runs they will end up with. Yeah, Robert, that's a risk, but I'm saying they're going to get it done as well. And in Melbourne, they're all out for 135 for 10 there as well. And also, we'll get there. Can you see? Says Brendan there. We'll have a quick look in a very short moment, but nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done there from the Melbourne Stars as well, bringing up 207 runs here. That's big. He will win with no balls remaining as well. Says Aiden there for his prediction there. So be sure to get it in for your predictions, ladies and gentlemen. How many runs do you think the Brisbane Heat will get? And if you think they will win this game, how many balls will they have remaining to be able to do so? I'm going to get in straight away, and I'm going to say they get 100. And, I was going to go that, but I am going to go this instead. 179 is my prediction that they are going to be able to get for themselves. I think that is probably going to be bowled out. A big score to chase, as I said, Jay Hayes. It is indeed. So it is a risky decision to go for it in that regard, but you could be closest if you do go for it as well. Although I will mention, if you're on the wrong side of it, such as if you say that there are going to be no balls remaining, but they don't chase it down, that means that you are not in the running for the point, if that makes sense, because of the fact that you are on the wrong side of the spectrum. If that makes sense, I hope that does make sense in that regard. And also, there go away, he sees Brandon there the chat. But now, a deal is a deal. One moment. I am finding my picture of this crazy child. Right. I think it's this one that I have to go with, but hopefully I haven't got audio playing as well, because otherwise I am going to get copyright strike pretty quickly. Oh, okay, that's not good. One moment. We're going to go like that. We're going to mute that. We're going to close that. We're going to go here. Okay, I have got it up. You ready, ladies and gentlemen? This is what we have all been waiting for, as 192 there for Novmum there, and 172 for Bandwagon. And also we've got there, I'm going to say, they'll manage 208 for 7 there as well. Wait, how many did they need? And at this one, they needed. Also, you think, wait a minute, so how many balls left are you going, Sebastian, for that one as well? Well, we told earlier, 189 runs as well, says a Layla there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, me and the koala. As you can see there, I did touch the live stream. Or not touch the live stream, sorry, I did touch the koala there, which is very friendly as well. Hey, it's me, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. I'm just showing everyone a picture of me touching a koala. And also, OMG is on there. Says that music, Kiwi. Yeah, that is me. As a child, just about as hyper. Bet you I had some barley sugars before that moment. 3 balls left as well, says Sebastian there. And also over there, of course, there's more cake there. And the chat as well. So, yeah, I guess you can tell it's me. No, I can't. I haven't really changed that much since then, other than the fact I'd like to think that I've grown a little bit since that moment. As also the only thing that has changed is now is you have a little beard, as says JA's there. As also we have got the lovely All Blacks cap. Look at you, Hamish, as says Sebastian there. And also they have chlamydia, so it's what he was trying to do. And you lost your voice, man. I have indeed. Unfortunately, it does keep on disappearing. But Alvin Koala seems excited, says Jay there. He looks like he is happy, doesn't he? The little koala one moment. Look at that, eh? He's a happy koala. He's like, why is this child touching me? Please leave me alone. But yeah, that is me with my koala, ladies and gentlemen, the one that I was talking about. You guys, you've been very generous today with all of your donations on the channel. Also, all the likes you guys have been leaving as well. So I felt like it was only fair that I do embarrass myself just a little bit for this live stream as well. It's kind of a fair competition, I guess you could say, as well. But now at this stage, we will put the scoreboard back up. There we go. That is going to be there in just one moment, just like that. There we go. We have got the scoreboard back up, and they're going to need plenty of runs as well as that. In Australia, says JAs, it was indeed. I got the 2022 AB's calendar. Says more cake there, and in the chat from Novmum there as well. And also, you're a good sport. Cheers for that, says Sebastian there. And more cake. And now to reward myself, I'm going to go get a Fanta. I will be back in only a couple minutes, and I'm also going to refill my glass because this is all gone. So we will be back in a very short moment. If you haven't given the predictions, be sure to put them in as well. And I nearly stayed up to 1 a.m. I can't wait to see your next photo, next stream as well. Says Music and how was your Christmas? Also, what did you get, bro? Says Kyle. So I did end up, I had a very good Christmas. Everyone was around here for lunch, which was very nice. And I did end up getting a couple camera batteries for my vlogging camera that I have got, which I am looking forward to testing out in the future with me and George possibly going out and about and doing some stuff because we don't share koalas with you as well. Says that was more cake and by 8. I won't be here when you get back as well. Amish is off for a poo as well. Says Jay, not quite. It's going to be a can of Fanta, refill of the water, and I think I will be back in a couple of minutes or so. That sounds like I'm not sure, but I will be back. The only problem is the Fanta is going to be warm. So that is going to be unfortunate, but I will be back in a very short moment. We'll see you all soon. All right, we are back. I'm not quite central, but that is all right. My voice, anytime I stop talking, just disappears straight away. And also, we have got there, I hope he don't make his house smell with his poos. It's scary. I wasn't away for that long, was I? I'm changing to 170 as so my prediction is 208 And also we have got there 3 balls left for Sebastian. And also we have got there, what's that? Well, that's what, the third time you've changed as well, says Ali Hills. Be sure to get your prediction in as well, Ali, for this one. And also I'm a manage. He comes back and there is brown stuff on his hand as well, says Music Kiwi. Luckily, nothing quite there. Tell you what, if I did that in only about a minute's time rather than filling up my drink, I feel like that would have been very impressive for that one, including those balls that we are seeing from bowling, the bowling that is. Needed to clarify. And then, but pretty much you guys know the system. I've got myself a nice big glass of water once I finish this one. I am allowed the Fanta. And 208, he won how many balls left in the situation more, okay? Because then that is how we kind of determine who gets the more points in the situation as well. I did a set 170, so you are going with the exact same as Paddy, twins. And the chat for that one as well. And also we get that 208, 1 ball left, Hamish. So says Robert. So that is the exact same as someone earlier on, isn't it? I believe it is going to be the same as Aiden. So you guys will both receive some points there. If that was going to be the case, everyone is saying 170. I'm changing mine to 169. As says Jay there. Liking it. Liking the change up. We'll have to wait and see how it does go for you there, mate, as well. And can you see 171? I can indeed. And I said it first. As well as the yells. And also see, I still have bits of evil left from Evil King Patty as well in the chat. And also we've got that. Okay, bye. Good luck staying up till like 2:30 a.m. Cheers. We will do our best. Hopefully we will be able to continue straight through to the end of this one as well. What I will quickly do is, I know that I mentioned about it, so I will quickly check out Brandon's channel and see whether or not we have got the new video on there. I assume it is the purple channel, is it, Brandon? Rather than the other one. Upcoming live streams has got their Bear Pro on Rugby Challenge 4 as well. It looks like a familiar thumbnail. I think that is the one that I had on mine. And the funny thing is, I have a bit of a backstory behind that thumbnail. Is I never used to know how to make thumbnails. So pretty much in that situation, I had like no idea how to properly make a thumbnail. So I ended up, like, if you look very closely, you can actually see the line that I've got there. And that was from me like doing the little kind of, what's it called? Like actually the typing part of it. You can see that little flashing thing, you know, what comes up after you're typing. So I actually had that in the thumbnails, fun fact, for my original Bear Pro, which I didn't actually have commentary for in the first stages. Do you remember all those streams when you used to drink out of stubbornness? How good is a sip on stream, as says Sebastian? Yeah, I remember that. I feel like, I don't even know why it was. I felt like it was just going to be like, I guess it's like, well, it's not really like food, but I thought I was going to be a little bit like food in regards of like, I didn't want you guys to be like, oh, I wish I had a drink or something like that. But, you know, I feel like drinks are a lot easier to get than food, aren't they? This is nice. Drinks are wonderful. And also we've got there. Do you remember all those streams? Oh, sorry. And also we've got there. And we're winning these. We're winning this together as well. And there. And also we've got that hello from a wet South Africa as well. Says S-Box. So yeah, it will be a little bit damp at times, I guess, for you. So for you guys over the next little while. Is it supposed to stop? Yeah, is it supposed to stop anytime soon? Yes, but because I know that at the moment for India versus South Africa, it's not taking place, and that is because, unfortunately, the rain has fallen at the ground that they are going to be playing that match from. So hopefully it does end up going away or whatever. And so we're in this together, right, as well. Says Ali L's there in the chat. At the moment, I mean, and so yeah, gotta go to bed as well. Says more cake. So hopefully, did you give you a prediction for how many balls there would be left? More cake rather than just the heat win. You will have to give out your exact number of balls as well that you are going to be going off without, just because, or else it will be a little bit too tough to be able to determine as well. We have got high in the chat as well, and also that was Evil King Patty as well. And also we have got there, good night, 2 balls remaining as well. Says more cake. Okay, sweet as. Thank you very much, and hopefully you do have a good night as well. I'm going to sneeze soon. I'm ready to go. I'm about to sneeze. 3, 2. Absolutely nailed that one. And also, I got a big day. So goodbye, as I said, Brandon. We will see you later on, and good luck with your Bear Pro live stream tomorrow. And I saw it was 2:45. So yeah, hopefully you do enjoy it as well. And nonetheless, at this stage, we have got 20 more overs left, Paddy. I don't care which Paddy it was as well. And the chat says JA's there, and also we've got this here. And the chat from more cake, and I'll check tomorrow. But yeah, we will be keeping you guys updated every single night. The next game that has taken place, I believe it is actually Perth Scorchers versus Sydney Thunder. So I might actually quickly check that one. And also, Paddy, you sound like Don Cooper as well. And there says JA's, and also we have got there in the head. And also we have got there, take care, Brandon. And it says Sebastian, so we will, or Sebastian, sorry, I should say there. And they say we have it, love Muppet in the chat as well. Says that Paddy Wagon. Interesting what's going on at the moment here. It seems to be a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a confrontation in the chat while we are at halftime in this one as well. And unless we will have to wait and see how it does go in the later stages of this matchup as well. But I am excited to see how it does go. Count to 300, will you, as well? Oh, we didn't time him out, did we? What did he get timed out for? And that one as well. And now at this stage, we'll quickly go like this, and we will go like this as well. But now it is going to be the Melbourne Stars who will be there as well. They are going to be, that's the thing, they've got some very good bowlers here as well for them. And also take it easy, Paddy J is a good lad as well. And there as well, Sebastian. Yeah, we do need to be a little bit careful with who we're timing out overall, rather than just every single random person I guess we have got there as well. But now at the moment, it is going to be Chris Lynn. He will be opening the batting for this matchup as well. And it will be alongside Max Bryant for this matchup as well. At the moment, I feel like these two need to have a big innings here for it as well. We'll have to wait and see how it does go. And at the later stages, 79% chance for the Melbourne Stars to be able to get the win here. And in this matchup, Max Bryant now sitting on 841 runs in his BBL career, strike rate of 168 and also 71. Not out there as well. And also over there, I think it was the Koala game. Everyone's on the edge after that one as well. And then there's Sebastian. Yeah, that one was a little bit too, it was a bit risque, I guess you could say, in that regard with me and the Koala. It was an interesting picture, that's for sure. One that I probably won't show again on a live stream, but now it is going to be Brody Couch who will be opening up the bowling here. All right, and at the moment, Match is sitting on 8 and 7 wickets. He has been able to take some face. That's some pretty good figures overall, though. Can bowl a good Yorker when he does get the opportunity, but I'll quickly get what it is going to be for the next one. It is going to be in the situation of the next match that we do have is the Thunder versus the Scorchers, and that will be tomorrow night, and that will be starting at 9:15 p.m. So be sure to stay tuned for that one. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Brody Couch now on the first ball of the match for the Melbourne Stars with the ball in hand. And it is going to be a little bit leg sidish, and Max Bryant straight away whipping it off his legs. And that is going to be just the 2 runs. They did actually get back. Let's go Lynn as well. And there says Aiden, yeah, they do need Chris Lynn to deliver in this game to wait and see whether or not they can just keep on going and going and going. But currently sitting 206 runs off 119 balls is going to be required. 10.39 runs per over from here on out. And they are going to need, they're going to have to go well, the Brisbane Heat. And they cannot afford to lose any wickets in this early stage. That's gone straight up in the air there. For Max Bryant, is anyone under it? Andre Russell takes it. That's going to be the wicket of the Brisbane Heat. And also we have got the, it's so sad that you can't rewind screenshots and upload them on Discord. So it was very sad as well. Says Sebastian there. And now at this stage, Brody Couch does pick up his first wicket of the day as well. Good catch there from Andre Russell in the outfield. And that is going to be the first one down. So this is starting exactly the same way as it did for the Melbourne Stars. They lost their wicket extremely early on in their first innings as well. And it was actually the wicket of Marcus Stoinis, although the difference is Max Bryant was able to get himself 2 runs before he ended up losing his wicket for that one as well. But at the moment now, it is going to be Tom Cooper making his way out to the crease already. And he hasn't actually had a combination with Chris Lynn yet, I don't believe. I think it's always Chris Lynn who does end up going out just a little bit earlier on. So this will be an interesting one between these two. And they will just have to try and survive at the crease. They've got themselves a Gray Nichols Maxes, I believe, in this situation. I don't know whether or not Tom Cooper's name will be on his. Chris Lynn, he's probably got plenty with his name on them. This matchup as well. But Tom Cooper now, he's been doing very nice for the Brisbane Heat as of late. But the problem here for the Brisbane Heat is we've seen this one too many times for them. When they do lose one wicket, they normally lose a few. And they cannot afford to lose a few, in this matchup as well. Definitely not in the circumstance of being in the early stages and needing a lot of runs on the board. Over 10 and over from the get-go does make it extremely tough. Chris Lynn gets that ball bouncing up near the rib cage, and he does whip it away to the leg side for just the single as well. At the moment now, Adam Zampa going to be sitting there. He looks like he is ready to go. Adam Zampa, we did see spin bowling. It did actually work better in the second half of the innings than it did in the first. In the first part, it was all the pace bowling, that was actually the effective weapon in it as well. But now at this stage, it is going to be Brody Couch getting ready to go now. And heads up, don't annoy me right now. Sorry, Jay, as well. Sees Paddy Wagon there. And that is going to be a big old shot, almost going all the way over the boundary. And that is going to be the one bounce for them as well. And also we've got that 300 or 299, 300. And now Paddy, I am back as well. That spinner needs to be removed and shoved somewhere else. I'll start counting again. Says Jay Hayes there as well. I like how that's right after he has said, don't annoy me right now. Sorry, Jay, as well. And there says Paddy Wagon. So J1 has been put high in the air as well from Tom Cooper. Currently sitting 400 strike rate for himself as well. Brody Couch, where does he go? A little bit leg sidish, and that is going to be the wide called again there. And that is going to be just as a stock standard wide for Brody Couch. He has gone for 8 runs so far of this first over. And the big difference here is the bash boost. I believe they will need around that 85 mark for them to be able to keep on going forward. As well. And also, as well. And also, they've got rid of your Sedona as well. See the Paddy Wagon. Although I don't think we do want to end up just getting rid of random people in the chat as well. And now it is going to be Brody Couch. Does end up pitching it up. It is going to be hit back over his head by Tommy Cooper. And that will be the 4 runs there once again for Tom Cooper. He seems to be in phenomenal form at the moment. And the thing is, he is going to have to keep on going boundary after boundary. And also, we have got there, no, you will not, Paddy, be reasonable, mate. As I said, Sebastian there. And also, dear, I bet you lose. You might if you do, mate, as well. Says that Jay there. But now it is going to be Brody Couch just getting it straight back over his head. Down to the man, or actually there was no man there, to be fair, because of the fact that they have only got a couple of men outside of the ring there as well. But Brody Couch at the moment, he is going to be rearing to go, trying to finish off this over, maybe with another wicket. That could be it. It's gone straight up in the air. Who is going to be able to take it? Glenn Maxwell gets it, and that's going to be the second wicket in the first over. And the Heat now going to be 2 wickets down. Tom Cooper hits himself in that situation of 8 runs off 3 deliveries. And now he is going to be sitting extremely nicely for himself, getting the 2 wickets. He did go for 12 runs, but he also has been able to get himself the 2 wickets as well. And the Stars at this point, they were going decent as well. It must be time for another whiskey as well. And Cooper out, says that Sebastian there. He is indeed. And that is a big wicket to fall there for the Brisbane Heat. They needed to make sure that they did not make the mistake as well, but they have done it again. So at the moment, both sides losing wickets in that first over, and the Heat are actually behind in terms of the amount of wickets that they have lost. They're ahead in the runs by 10 extra, but they have lost that extra one as well, unfortunately for them there. And at the moment, Ben Duckett makes his way to the crease. Chris Lynn, he's only faced 1 delivery, and everyone else at the other end just keeps on falling down next to Chris Lynn, unfortunately. At the moment, Duckett now, he is going to be ready to go out of the crease. The Englishman, there's actually quite a few Englishmen playing in this game as well. Joe Burns, another Englishman that they have got out there. Of course, he was playing for the Melbourne Stars. Top scored for a side with a total of 85 runs, but 11% chance that the Brisbane Heat do go on to win this game as well. He's got a strike rate of 139 there as well. Ben Duckett at the moment, he looks like he loves himself a reverse sweep. Maybe might be something that he goes to a little bit later on. Definitely if they're going with Maxwell here, not a good start as well. Says J.A.'s here. It certainly hasn't gone well at the start of this one. But now at this stage, it is going to be Maxwell outside of the off stump, and it is just going to be the dot ball now. Every dot ball that they have, that will slowly keep on increasing that strike rate that is going to be required, or the run rate, and Melbourne winning as well. Says that Daryl there on the chat. It is looking relatively likely, isn't it, at the moment for them. So slow ball there from Glenn Maxwell, bangs it into bitch. And also Joe Burns went out for 2 runs. True English batsman, says Sebastian there. And Jack will Duckett do the same. He is sitting there at the moment on 0 runs off 0 deliveries. It's going to be a Dava Milan situation. 2 wickets gone as well. Says Daryl, they have indeed lost the 2. It was the first wicket on Max Bryan, the second wicket of Tom Cooper, which is 2 men that they certainly did not want to lose in that situation. At the moment, BBL career has got 35 wickets, and also we've got the fixture into there as well, says JAs. Well bowled, and that is going to be whipped away to leg side, and they do get themselves no run there for Duckett, still going to be sitting on the 0 at the moment. But the Perth Scorchers, they are right at the top of the table. And second, it is the Sydney Sixers. Whoever wins this game will be relatively close to be sitting in third. But at the moment, the Hurricanes, they are sitting on 14. So actually, sorry, it will be fourth. That's a good shot there from Duckett. And he does hit it away to the side as well. And Burns to replace Hamid in at the fourth test as well. See the JAs, who knows? Maybe they will go with something like a Harry Brook or someone like that. Although I know that he is more accustomed to the T20 game, but they need to try something at this stage, England. You've got nothing to lose. Like, if they are already 3-0 down, you might as well try out a couple other players and just see how they fit in to that environment, although it's very hard to do. And also, I really can't do anything but have a laugh about it. It's such a ridiculous situation as well. And there's Sebastian. But yeah, as long as they can kind of increase their bubble, I guess you could say, and bring in an extra player who's done OEP testing and everything along those lines, they might as well try out a few other players, see how it goes. But now Maxwell, it's going to be the ramp shot from Duckett. Very unorthodox batting from the Englishman, but it's worked nicely, and there's going to be another 4 runs for Duckett, 2 in a row, and Harry Potter could even replace Hamid as well. There says JAs, of course, the man from the Leicester Tigers, he would be keen to get himself out there probably and have a bit of a bat. Well, he does get the chance, but it's a good shot there from Duckett. Got very good hand-eye coordination. Needed it for that one as well. He's going to be nicely ramped up there. Nicely played once again. Also, your scoreboard is miles behind. Has it not updated itself yet? One moment. Is it going now? Maybe. I don't see if it would have been good to see a close test or two, as I says Jay. Hopefully it has updated to a decent chase. Yeah, it's still sitting 3 for 1, isn't it? Okay, yep, it is all good to go now. That was weird. It did decide that it didn't like itself for a very long time. It just sat there. I'm wondering whether or not at about the 15 over mark, I do put chips on like I did last night. I feel like that is a good idea. Save some of the cooking time, but that's if we get to 15 overs. The way that the Brisbane Heat are going, maybe they do end up losing a couple more wickets before we get there. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. We are going to be back tomorrow with the Ashes. And then also after that, Akadins have the Zoomies as well. Says Novmum, the Zoomies. I assume that is when they're just sprinting around all over the place, Novmum. I know that my cat loves our hallway. Like, and that's the thing. He hasn't done it in a little while, but he used to just run up and down the hallway. Like, even if he looks around the corner and you're there, he'll just zoom down the other end into the lounge, zoom back up the hallway, and go into the bedroom as well. But Courtenay now going to be bowling this one. It's a big shot there from Lynn. Does get all of it, and that is going to be 6 runs there for Chris Lynn. That will give him a little bit of confidence in the early stages, and Chris Lynn useless as well. There says Daryl. So I assume if that is the case, you might be a little bit featherhead, and also we got that Novmum, sorry. And then about 88 meters there for the Brisbane Heat. Big old shot down the ground. And also, yeah, they like chasing each other and then zonk out, as says Novmum there. And that's it as well. But Chris Lynn, he smacks that ball very nicely. And but now he is going to be back on strike. Courtenay getting the 6 runs of the first delivery. Second delivery does get hit in the body there for Chris Lynn, and that is going to be just the leg by between the wickets once again. Now fielded by Bo Webster, but at the moment, Lynn, he's going to be so important for them into this matchup. Like, he has to have an innings similar to what we saw from it was in the end the battle with the Burnses, and in the end it was actually the English Burn who was able to do nicely in this one, which was Joe Clark. Sorry, battle with the Joes rather than a battle of the Clarks. No, battle with the Joes rather than the battle of the other ones. So many games he played as well. And there says Daryl. And yeah, he has got the most 6s in the BBL so far. As Zoomies and euthanism for chlamydia as well. Says Sebastian there. Don't believe so. That I know of. Cheers. So we have got there, but not even one match. He played his level batting as well. It says Daryl Mitchell there. But yeah, it will be interesting. I feel like this is a perfect scenario where he knows that he needs so many runs that there's no point trying to bat slowly. You might as well just go out there, hit the ball hard. He knows he's got the power. He knows he has got the, I guess you could say, technique to be able to really hit the ball over the boundary a lot. Ramp shot drive from Duckett there once again, but just gets it a little bit wrong. And that's taken behind the stumps by the other Englishman, Joe Clark, as well. At the moment, I'm sure that those two, Joe Clark, Ben Ducking, that's not his name, Ben Duckett, sorry, will be having quite a bit of a chatter out there. Tries the ram shot, doesn't quite get onto it for that shorter ball as well. Chris Lynn should be removed as well. And this is Daryl Mitchell. Or sorry, it says Daryl Fernandez. Yeah, so who would you replace him with, Daryl? Do let me know, because I know that at the moment the Brisbane Heat, they normally get bowled out more times than not. So I guess who would you get rid of him for if you're going with an Australian player who isn't already at another club? Do let me know. At the moment, Kota Nile is going to be ready to go, like they say in case Ahmed Adam Zampa going to be two of the keys for them as well. And at the moment, seems like Kota Nile. Oh. A bit of a yawn there. We could see Lim back in the ODIs. Unfortunately, now he is only a T20 player as well there. Says that Jay Hayes. And now Kota Nile. Is that a yawn that means a wicket? It's going to be Duckett chipping it off to the leg side. Down to square leg, and Cartwright throws it in from the deep. That will be the end of the third over now. And it is going to be 2 for 29 here for them as well. I believe my scoreboard, yes, it is still updating. That is good news as well. We're going to drink some more water. Water's weird, isn't it, when you think about it? Like, who was it? It was like, oh, I'm a bit thirsty. Well, why do I think that would have been, it's like, who was the first person to eat something? Why were they like, I just chomped that, you know? I feel like these are the philosophical talks that we have at this time of the night. I'm Bangladeshi as well. Says Ajal there, welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you are doing fantastic and hope you are excited for Bangladesh versus New Zealand for the test match. We are covering that on the channel as well, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. A1 Singer said Brisbane will win. They need Chris Lynn at the top of the order here to really deliver alongside Ben Duckett. Both have the power, both have the ability, and they both have plenty of runs that they are able to get themselves. The Stars at this point, they were 3 wickets down for 16 runs. That is when they were able to put together a 150-run partnership. But Adam Zampa now has been brought into the bowling attack. Reverse sweep there from Ben Duckett. Times that one to perfection. And that is going to be the 4 runs as well. Striking it nicely. The first person to milk a cow and drink what came out. Now that's weird as well, says Jay. Yeah, that is a bit. Like, why was it like, why? You know, why did they do it? Why would you? That's a brilliant question, Jay. Now I'm thinking about it. Why did they do it? They probably, was it an accident? You'd have to assume it was an accident. But Duckett now sitting on 13 runs. Once again, reverse sweep. He's done it beautifully twice in a row, and that is going to be 2 4s in a row for Ben Duckett with the reverse sweep. He's striking it extremely well at the moment. And at the moment, he's saying there's some good bounce. 171 needed off 100 balls left now for the Brisbane Heat. But nicely played by Ben Duckett. The fact that he went to it twice and both times struck it beautifully tells you that he is feeling very confident at the moment with the way that he is playing. Majip, he is loving that one. Why did he milk it in the first place? Then drink it as well. Says that Jay Hayes. It's a brilliant question. Oh, now he's decided to go with a straight sweep shot. They have got a man back there, though. And it is just going to be the single now. Chris Lynn now on strike. Adam Zampa going to be bowling this one. This will be an interesting battle here. Zampa, you'd say he has been able to pick up a lot of wickets before, definitely with the players around the caliber of Chris Lynn, the ones who can hit the ball long, hit the ball hard if you get the length wrong. Will he get the length wrong, or will he end up being able to pick up that huge wicket of it, Chris Lynn? I feel like if Chris Lynn goes the whole side for Melbourne Stars, we'll just feel that little bit more of a boost to being able to get the win here. But this one is still far from over, ladies and gentlemen. 10.3 runs per over. Just whips it off. No run is the call there. The moment, Lynn, they are saying there that his game plan is survival rather than going after Adam Zampa here. He is instead looking like he is going to be a little bit less aggressive than normal. Does end up just blocking that one. Interesting choice here from Chris Lynn. He's decided rather than chasing after the ball here, does just want to go for the relatively, I guess you could say, safe approach and not really risk anything here for Zampa, because Zampa can certainly pick him up if he does get him a little bit wrong. Yeah, there, and that is 3 dot balls in a row. That will be the end of the over, and it is now going to be 38 for 2 here after the 4 overs bowled. So that is the end of the power surge now for this side, and they are going to be sitting with their run rate at the moment, sitting around that 9.5 required is going to be 10.6 if they do want a chance of being able to win this one as well. Can you guys tell that I had a can of Fanta waiting, and that's why that glass disappeared a lot quicker? What do you say as well for A1 seeing whether or not Brisbane will be able to win? I feel like it's going to be a tough task because at the moment they've got a 16% chance of winning, and also Melbourne have got a lot of good spinners. They've got KFC Ahmed, they've got Glenn Maxwell, who does go decently as well. And then also you got Adam Zampa as another player that I didn't mention. So I would say Brisbane, if they don't win it, I think they will be extremely close. But I think the Melbourne Stars sneak it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Brisbane Heat do end up going on to win the game as well. Look at that. Perfect. Once again from Duckett there. Nailed it. Oh, I gotta try not to spill it, but it is still bubbling, so I don't want bubbles up my nose. And also, okay, bro, are you from Sydney as well? I'm actually from New Zealand. So yeah, we are currently sitting a little bit later in night, or later in the night, I should say. There at the moment, the Stars, they were sitting on 3 wickets down, 28 runs. Oh yeah, that is extremely warm. I hadn't put that one in the fridge, and that does show. That is going to be. Oh, at the moment, Steiners has actually got a bit of a side strain and also a bad hemi. So he is not going to be bowling for this matchup, which might be a little bit costly, I guess you could say here, for the Melbourne Stars, because they don't really have too many options. Webster also not going to be bowling on Obro, New Zealand best country on this one as well, says A1 saying it is very nice. Once again, Duckett nails it. That one's going all the way for 6 there. That is a shot and a half from Ben Duckett. He just reverse sweeps it for 6. Brilliantly done. Steve take notes, mate. Just a heads up as well. Says a J. It's absolutely brilliantly done for that one. 78 meters. He was able to hit that one as well. So we have got there the 6 there from Sebastian. A very nice one indeed. But now Ben Duckett, he moves up onto 25. And brother, I dream to play Super Smash as well, says A1 saying, yeah, the Super Smash is a very awesome competition. Of course, we saw Trent Bolt the other day be able to get a winning shot to win it for his side. The Central Districts, is that who he plays for? I believe so. Up against the Canterbury Kings. And what was a very awesome matchup right down to the wire in that regard as well. But now it is going to be Ben Duckett, who's on strike once again. KFC drags it down. That's the pace ball there from him. And that is going to be, how quick did that one go from KFC? 120, I think they just said that one was for KFC, or about 110. At the moment, they're just having a bit of a stare down him. And Ben Duckett as well tried to absolutely whack that one. Ben Duckett, I feel like there's a little bit of aggression out there at the moment between those two. They give themselves, there's a little bit of a high five between the two as well. So we're like Sami, did he not bowl on the bounce? And brother, you have a Telegram channel as well. And it says A1 is in an Instagram. A1, is that the one that you are talking about? Do let me know. Now it is going to be Case Ahmed. Chris Lynn with a gut shot. Looks like he is going to be running hard, and it looks like they should be able to get 2 here. Cut off nicely by Steiners, close to the boundary rope. And they do want the 3, and they do get a good running between the wickets from Duckett and Lennon. That will close out the over. And now 49 for 2 here as well. Next will be WhatsApp as well. And there's their JA, but 158 runs needed off 90 balls now. And 10.53 runs per over is going to be what they require to be able to get the job done. It looks like Maxwell once again is going to give himself the ball here. So this is going to be very important for this little section of the game as well. They can't let the momentum go in the favour of the Heat. And to be honest, the Heat might actually end up with the Bash boost point because they are a total of 20 runs ahead of what the Stars were. It just shows you how good that partnership between Clark and Cartwright was, where they were able to bring up 150 off only 80 deliveries. It is an absolutely brilliant shot. 121 Ks per hour was when that one was coming off the bat compared to 72 Ks when it was coming onto the bat. So he absolutely monstered that reverse sweep there, Ben Duckett. I don't think he could have timed it any better if he tried. And Maxwell now, once again, Chris Lynn, he seems like he is just going to be feeding the strike here to Duckett. And it seems like that it's probably the best option because Duckett plays spin extremely well by the looks of it. And it seems like he is going to be able to get a lot of runs at Ari Lynn, though. I'm wondering whether or not he has actually got what it will be taking to be able to win this game for the Brisbane Heat. I know he's a class player, but it is going to be so tough for him to be able to find that next gear as well. He's got the power, but it's whether or not he will be able to kind of close it out alongside Duckett, because I think Duckett will go out maybe once he's got his 50. I'd like to see him get it. Let's go Heat. And the only one who called it 3 points coming my way as well says 8, although there were a couple other people who did say 1 ball and also 2 and 3 balls, I believe it was also predicted there. But at the moment now, it is going to be possibly, I would say, Maxwell. He might actually get himself a 3rd over in this game now that I think about it. Duckett once again whipping it to the leg side. This looks like it should be the 2 runs here. Casey Ahmed running hard off the boundary. Great work there from Casey Ahmed to keep it at just the 1. And now Chris Lynn is going to be there as the man on strike. 5.2 overs down at the moment here in this game. They're going with the spin. It seems like that is the better option. Have no pace on the ball, which does mean that you can't really hit it as hard over the boundary. Unless you're Ben Duckett, of course. He was absolutely timing it beautifully in the earlier stage. And also we have got the 8 and set the last ball as well. And there says Jay Hayes. Oh, sorry, yeah, the last ball compared to, I think we also had a 1 ball remaining for someone else. And then also 2 balls and 3 balls, I think, were the other ones that we did have as well. But at this stage, I should recognize that man on commentary. At the moment, I know Brad Hodge, of course, but then there is a man in the middle who looks like an ex-cricketer, and I can't think of who it is. Ducker once again trying to play a little bit of a dill scoop, taken nicely by Adam Zampa, and that will be just the dot ball, almost moving up to 11 runs per over now that they are going to be requiring. Ducker at the moment, I feel like with the fact that this is outside of the power play, he can't do his reverse sweep as confidently as he would earlier on, but he'll probably still try it. He's tried to hit that one to the leg side, trying to pierce the gap as well, and he has done just that. That's going to be 4 runs there for Ducker to close out the over. In fact, he's still got 1 more ball left. My apologies. He will still have 1 more chance, but he moves up onto 31 of 18 deliveries and on target at the moment, as long as they don't lose wickets as well, says Jay. Yeah, I think these two and also Heaslit's probably their last real... Oh, no, they got Jimmy Pearson as well, so I'd say Heaslit and Pearson are the 2 wickets that they cannot afford to lose. As soon as they lose those 2 or 2 of the guys who are at the crease here, that is when the game is going to be changing. That is well fielded there by Andre Russell. And that is going to be the dot ball to close out the over. 6 overs down here, and it is 2 for 57 here for the Brisbane Heat. This match is flying by at the moment. It doesn't feel like it's 1:19 a.m. in the morning, that is for sure. I hope you guys are all having a great evening so far. I know that for a lot of you guys in Australia, you are a little bit earlier on in the day, that is for sure. Although not by much. Germany is sitting 11:19 for some of you guys. And then also in Western Australia, you'll be sitting at 8:19, I believe. And Uncle Bill's is here. He said, hey, welcome into the live stream. I hope you are doing well. And hope you are excited for the Ashes tomorrow. We've got 1 more day and then also some rugby. Hopefully we get some rugby this weekend. Or next weekend, sorry. No, this weekend. We are at, aren't we? Because that's the thing. The URC has been cancelled quite a bit. What is your age? I am 22 years of age. I did end up turning 22 in December. Just a little bit earlier on in the month. But Brody Couch there. It's a shot from Chris Lynn. It's gone to the leg side. It looks like it is going to be racing straight to the man at deep square leg. And well, I'm quite late as well, says Uncle Bill's there. And the chat, I'm actually going to have a look and see what the next games are going to be. Not this bloke again. So says Jay, he's not too bad. He's all right. He is going to be hopefully here for the Bangladesh versus New Zealand game that is going to be coming up very soon and in the near future as well. But it is going to be now the Premiership. Hopefully next weekend we do get to see some form of Premiership rugby. And by the looks of it, we will have Sale versus the Wasps, Exeter versus Bristol, Leicester versus Newcastle, Northampton versus Saracens, and Harlequins versus Gloucester, as well with London Irish and Bath. So it seems like there's a few. And my name is Mushrafi Kazi as well. Yeah, I hope you are doing well at the moment, Mushrafi. Who do you think will be able to win this game? Do let me know, mate. But Bo Webster at the moment, he is going to be fielding that one in the deep. 59 at the moment. They are sitting on at this point in time. The Stars, I believe they were not sitting this high. And at their chase as well. The top 14, we've got a few more games taking place in the rugby world next weekend as well. Are they all? Yes, they are actually. There aren't really any huge games, I guess you could say, in the top 14 other than maybe Montpellier versus Toulon. It's probably not a terrible one. You'll be able to watch Chris Lynn. He tries to go big there, and he has got all of that one. And that is going to be it in the side screen, is it not quite? And that is a big old shot from Chris Lynn there. Massive from him as well. I think that one went about 100 metre. What's your name? Where you live? How are you? Motor, please love you, Jenna, as well. And this is JAs. And also the USC, I will mention quickly, has got a few games of rugby that are taking place maybe next week. But it depends if they get postponed. It's supposed to be Leinster versus Ulster. That will be a good game if it does take place. But we will have to, of course, wait and see. But it's 106 metres there for Chris Lynn. That is the biggest six that we have seen of the KFC Big Bash so far by miles as well. That was a huge shot there. Chris Lynn hits it straight back down the ground. The umpire has to dodge it, and that's going to be 4 more runs here. They need 20 run, or sorry, actually they need 17 runs now from 20 balls to be able to get themselves a bash boost point. Chris Lynn is firing up Linsanity here, and it seems like if he keeps on going at this rate, he might actually end up intoxicating or not intoxicating and decapitating. Why could I not think of that word? Decapitating the umpire, I was going to say. So I kind of lost its impact by the time I messed it about 15 times in a row. Chris Lynn, 25 of 15 deliveries now he moves up onto. It's a good shot down the ground. He struck that one very nicely as well. And it looks like they will just be taking the one. Chris Lynn hit the ball out of the Gabba once. Have you seen the video as well? I believe I have a little while ago for that one, but that one was 106 metres. That's not too bad of a hit there for Chris Lynn. And I've just said there, Chris Lynn, the partnership is actually 58 runs off 35 balls as well. And also decapitating, as I says, JAs. Yeah, I feel like decapitating now, I can say it. Not much problem, I guess you could say. But yeah, at the time when I was trying to say it, it didn't quite come off. Did it? And also, bro, you're from Wellington as well, says A1 saying, I am from the South Island instead. So a few hours south of Wellington as well. And that is the end of the over. 71 for 7. 71 for 2 here, I should say as well. And Resha said out there, and Jen in there from it was JA's one day again. Maybe while I've had maybe 3 cans of Fanta Deep, and if I mix it with that vodka that you guys were telling me about, maybe that will be when it slips up. Now the stage it is going to be Duckett who will be on strike. They need 15 runs off 18 deliveries here. Can they get it done? Brody Couchy has already got a couple of them as well. And also we have got there. Thanks for the spoiler-ish there, as I said, JAs. I haven't actually seen it as of yet, but they are actually showing a couple of the wickets for that man. He looks very familiar, but I can't work out exactly who it is as well. And now the stage, it is going to be 15 needed off 18, like I mentioned, as well. And it is going to be Ben Duckett who will be on strike for this over as well. Adam Zampa bowling to him here. He does a nice sweep shot there. That's going to be 4 runs. And that is a brilliant shot once again. Adam Zampa ends up getting a hit to the boundary. And Duckett at the moment, he is playing the sweep very, very nicely as well. And it is currently sitting 11 runs off 7 deliveries. Don't know where that number came from. I think that is actually Adam Zampa's figure. Sorry, 13 runs off of 7. I should say there. I did the maths wrong just a little bit. But now it is going to be Ben Duckett once again on strike. Oh, it's been dropped there as well. So it is going to be just the dot ball so far. I don't actually think there was a wicket there. Unless, of course, I am that far behind. I could be that far behind, though. that maybe it was in the situation of maybe being the wicket coming up on this ball. Not too sure, but Zampa at the moment, he's sitting on 0 off 13. Would love to be able to pick up the wicket of Duckett, try and get rid of him as well. Going to be hit in the air, and that one's going through the field, and that is going to be going to the man at deep cover, and it will now be 2 runs for Duckett, and he moves up onto 39 runs as well. And also seeing he's from Iceland as well. There says J.A.'s there. But at the moment, 131 runs off 75 balls is the requirement here for the Brisbane Heat. It's not going to be easy. Bro, how can I get New Zealand citizenship? I'm serious as well, says A1 Singh. Whereabouts do you live at the moment? Do let me know, because I know that there is quite a process, I guess, to be able to do so. And his name is Bob as well. And there says Jay Hayes. But yeah, I would say, what is the kind of ruling? I know that you have to have so many years either working or living in New Zealand or something like that, unless you do get yourself a New Zealand wife, I guess. It might be able to get yourself into New Zealand a little bit quicker, I guess, is a recommendation. At the moment, they are dropping everyone out on the onside and also on the offside. Everyone is going to be right back on the boundary, waiting for Kristen. I wouldn't actually have the man off the boundary for him as well. I think you can't, as well says from a JAs. I know that there's some ways to do it, of course. Kristen, they're going to be hitting it straight to the man, Andre Russell. A little bit of a misfield. They almost considered taking it, but instead they decide against it in the end. Zampa now, if he can get out of this over without going for a massive 6 or even a whacking of a boundary, he will be very impressed with that one as well, and it gives the momentum just a little bit further back in this side of the Melbourne Stars. Gonna be hit there from Adam Zampa. And Joe Clark at the moment, he was practicing his stumping, even though the ball didn't go through to him. As well, that is going to be the end of the 8th over now, and it is going to be 2 wickets down for 78 runs here for them as well. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's hugely appreciated you guys all being here for these live streams at the random hours of the night that they do take place. We have got the Ashes tomorrow. Going to be an exciting one. And also we have got ourselves just another one a little bit later on in the day, and that is going to be the BBL. My sister's name as Uruku as well. And then you need to have 10 caps for the All Blacks and the Black Caps as well. And there's Sebastian there as well. That is a good point. I guess if you do get yourself up to that, then you are want to get yourself some New Zealand citizenship. And also, hey, do you realize there's a fake account? Yeah. As well said Jay, that's all right. One of my cousins live in Auckland, Jay. As well says A1 Sing there. And the chat as well. I'm just slowly choking. Good to know at the moment. He is going to be bowling for this next over of the match. Midnaka hits it down the ground. It looks like he wants the 2, but he is only going to get the 1 as well. My sister is Rako. Is a very good student as well. It says it was there in the chat. So hopefully it is one of those ones that I know that there was actually someone in the chat the other week who was saying that they were coming to New Zealand to do some studying as well in the near future. Yeah, it's very nice, and hopefully Bangladesh goes decent. Also, we have got there, Jay, what's your problem, mate? Why are you so frustrated? Says A1 Sing. Yeah, and the chat as well. At the moment, it's good to know. Yeah, it's gone for only the 8 runs. The Stars at this point in time, they were 12 runs behind, but they had lost the extra wicket as well for themselves. But now it is going to be good to know. Seaman, and what can he do? Duck it there. No, it's Lynn on strike. Does cut it away there. And my brother loves you, bro, as well. And the chat says Sebastian. That is going to be nicely done there. Once again, and at the moment, geez, what is with? Are these fake fellows as well? Says Jay, I feel like having a whole heap of liquid. I just keep on belching now because I did end up consuming a lot of bubbles. Definitely because it's warm, unfortunately, which is a little bit different to having it when it is nice and cold as well. Short ball there. And Tucker plays in nicely. This is going to be racing almost away to the boundary, but good fielding there from Milton Cartwright once again. And also, they're saying you should move to Wales. It's on there. That's this JAs at the moment. It's going to be Joe Clark once again, who is behind the stumps. This is going to be an important factor for them as well. The Bash Boots, they need 4 runs of 9 deliveries. They should be able to do that relatively comfortably. And the big part there is the fact that they will still be able to get themselves at least 1 point out of this match. Worst comes to worst. But of course, they will not be looking at the 1 point. They will want the full 4 that is available. And if they can, or actually the full 5. No, it's the full 4. I believe it's 4 points that is on offer for these games as well. Nicely played. Oh, nicely bowled, I should say, for Nathan Cotonou. He did end up missing that one target. He's sitting on 43 of 28 deliveries at the moment. He is in himself 6 4s, 1 6 as well. But I feel like that is going to be a big difference maker in this one compared to Cartwright, who at this time in his innings would have been sitting 1 4, 6 6s. So that is a big difference in terms of the points that they were able to get kind of between the two of them. And that is why Cartwright was able to get so many runs in so little time as well. And also, there's more gaps when you hit it straight over the top of the boundary, I guess you could say. He's just trying to hit that one as hard as he can. It's going to be a quick run out. Oh, he could have been gone there. But he had to take the risk there, Ducker, to try and get through for the single. Currently, 2.57 runs per over is the Bash Boost point target. They need 3 off 7. Lynn sitting on 27 as well. Nathan Cotonou, he's not too happy with that one, missing the stumps, unfortunately, for him. Oh, it was close, Andre Russell. He would have been out by about a quarter of the pitch there if it did end up going down. But if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on this live stream as well. We are sitting on 39. Let's see whether or not we can get to 40 by the time that we do reach the 10th over of this game. So we have got 7 balls in total for what that does take place. So it is going to be Chris Lynn now. Will be on strike for this one. He does try and hit that ball to the leg side. Very good over, though, from Cotonou. I believe he only ended up going for about 6 runs off that one. And that is going to be now 2 for 84 after the 9 as well. So they fall behind just a little bit more in terms of those points. And it does mean now that they require 11.3 runs per over. And they will have to decide at the perfect time to use that Bash Boost point. Oh, sorry, the Bash Power Surge, I should say, for the KFC Big Bash. But we will have to wait and see when they do decide that they do want to use it. But Chris Lynn at the moment, he's sitting not too bad. 28 runs off 20 balls. But he probably needs to keep on going at around this rate, if not maybe a little bit quicker. And Ducker at the other end, these two, they will have to keep on slowly increasing and increasing and increasing. The power surge was huge for the Melbourne Stars when they did decide to take it, and that is going to be on only a couple overs time, and it was all onwards and upwards from there for them. We've got there the laughing emojis in there as well, and also we've got there, is it the shoosh emojis maybe with the laughing faces as well in there as well. But now it is going to be Andre Russell getting ready to go. 24 matches, 26 wickets for himself as well. He does work hard for his wickets, and he is possibly going to be bowling some very good Yorkers throughout this innings, perhaps, if he does get the opportunity. But it's nice to see. I mean, he's one of those guys, he didn't bat well. And normally, if he doesn't bat well, he bowls well. And if he doesn't bowl well, he bats well. So it is a little bit unfortunate for Andre Russell, but that means that he should be able to bowl very nicely here. And that's going to be the dot ball straight away to start off his innings, fielded by Cotonou at backwards point. Yeah, at this stage, I am curious to know how many runs he is going to be able to get to in this matchup as well. But anyone who is new, like I mentioned, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Nicely bowled there by Andre Russell. Short outside of the off stump, and he doesn't really get it away for that one as well. So we will have to wait and see whether or not there will be one coming up relatively soon. I feel like there could be one coming for Andre Russell, but then that's the thing. There could also be a 6 coming for Ben Ducker. We saw Hilton Cartwright bring up his as well. I support Wellington Firebirds for tomorrow's game as well. Of course, KFC Super Smash. And also, I want to say, I just guys to thank you very much, mate. Usually appreciate it. We have got the Ashes tomorrow, as well as the BBL is the other game that we are going to be covering, which is going to be the Thunder taking on the Perth Scorchers. Should be a nice one. Indeed, a nice way to end the midweek kind of cricket feast that we have got ourselves at the moment. But Case Army able to field that one. And it's going to be just a single. But the Brisbane Heat, they do get the Bash Boost points. So bare minimum, they are getting 1 point out of this game now. But I'm sure that on their mind, they won't be thinking about just that one. They will want the full 4 available. 3 more balls till we get to the 10th over of the match. And that's where it really started speeding up for the Melbourne Stars. They just went bash, bash, bash. Good Yorker there from Andre Russell. And that is going to be just a single to Chris Lynn. At the moment, Andre Russell, he's got quite a big stride. And he does also get quite a nice bit of bounce. A steep bounce, that is. Well, this one as well. But Andre Russell did actually only just come into the competition recently as well. I believe it was about round 4 that he did arrive for his side. Came out there, whacked the ball around as well, and also got a couple wickets for himself. But now, bowling that one outside of the off stump. That's going to be a mile wide there from Andre Russell, and he is going to have to bowl that one again. And Betty gone quiet as well. Says the J.A. I think he might have gone to bed, possibly, if I'm not wrong there. He didn't sound like he was having the best day possibly as well. So hopefully he is all right outside of the live stream type thing, because I don't believe he is actually one of the ones similar to the fake accounts or anything like that. He has been around for a little while, Paddy. So yeah, hopefully he is all right. At this stage, that's going to be a 2-run by the Melbourne Stars. 6 runs off 5 deliveries at the moment for the first over of Andre Russell. Stars, they are sitting currently, they were 6 runs behind at this point in time, but Ben Ducker, he's going to be on strike, sitting on 47 off 31 deliveries now. 118 runs off 61 balls is going to be what is required, with 11.61 as the required runs per over. If they do want a chance of being able to win this one, it's a short ball. Ducker gets onto it though nicely, does pull it away, but it is going to be straight to the man in the deep, Joe Burns, and that will be once again another single there. A little bit of a half fully for Joe Clark behind the stumps, and that is a good over from Russell, only going for the 7 off it, and now that will be 10 overs down, and Paddy will be all right, but let's just stop trying to wind him up, please, as well. See the Ali Hills there in the chat as well. And sorry, mate, but I smell a Muppet or 3 as well. And this is JA's. And at the moment now, they are actually showing the fact that we have got heaps of netball going. I'm Finn Allen fan as well. Says A1 saying, very good player. Hopefully he does get a few more opportunities for the Black Caps in the future as well. I know at the moment they have got Will Young as one of the openers that they have decided to go with. Yeah, we will have to wait and see whether or not it is going to be the case of, I mean, that's the thing. They've got a 13-man squad at the moment. So we will have to wait and see whether or not they do end up switching around who they go with. I do see that there's a Tom and Jerry ad. I didn't actually realize they were still making Tom and Jerry's as well. I didn't realize that, like, how recently did they bring out Tom and Jerry, the movie? It must have been relatively recently, I guess, as well. I'm a Dave Dobbins fan as well. And there's these JAs. And at the moment now, we have got 10 overs down. Only that one song. Is it Loyals or Royal? Call me Loyal. Is it Loyal? That one, if I'm not wrong there. And also, we've got there the laughing emojis from A1 Sing as well. And at the moment now, they are just showing a few highlights from the football. Did the Phoenix win today? I'm going to have a quick look. I feel like we probably didn't, but I'm going to have a look anyway. Hopefully they did beat Central Coast Mariners. What do we got? I've got the A-League on my phone. What are we going to be seeing here? I don't believe we got a slice of heaven as well. Is it by Dave Dobbin? A moment. A-League. There it is. Right. Did the Phoenix win today for themselves? Round 6. It was postponed. Never mind. Okay, that game didn't take place. It's unfortunate. So both games today that were going to be taking place, Brisbane Roar and also Central Coast versus Wellington Phoenix, those both got cancelled out as well. But at the moment, Ben Duckett sitting on 48 runs for himself off 32 deliveries. And Chris Lynn sitting on 30 off 23 deliveries here for himself as well. But 117 runs needed off 60 balls at 11.7 runs per over. Make a big cricket call for 2022. Oh, okay. Australia aren't going to win the T20 World Cup on home soil. That's a big call, actually. I guess that would be a big call, but I don't know whether or not that will be the case as well. And also, watching this live, who do you think's going to win as well at the moment? I can tell you what the live odds have it at, and that is 27% chance that the Brisbane Heat win this game compared to the 73% that the Melbourne Stars will be able to get the job done. So I'm wondering whether or not we do get to see. That's the thing. If Chris Lynn or Ben Duckett go out, or even worse, both, that's going to be possibly the end of the innings for the Brisbane Heat. They've still got Jimmy Pearson. They've still got Sam Heaslett, but it might just be a little bit too tough for them to be able to go on, I should say, as well. And England to win the T20 World Cup in Australia as well, says Sebastian. Wouldn't that be a beautiful circle for the English side as well, to be able to return to Australia and get themselves that T20 World Cup? Going to be a shot there from Duckett. It does go high. Does he get it long as well? It's going close. Oh, it was taken there by Elton Cartwright, but I believe it is going to be the 6 runs. Yes, it is just a little bit too much on it for Cartwright to be able to keep that one in the field of play. And that will be the 50 now for Duckett, the second man to bring up his 100 for on the soil of, the second man to bring up a 6 for his 50, I should say, in South Africa and in India. Has been washed out for day 2 and actually kick off at 12:30 p.m. your time as well. Okay, so completely washed out for that day. That is a shame for India at the moment, because they will not want to have it washed out by this one, or else they could end up with a draw in this match. But Hilton Cartwright there just not quite able to keep that ball in the field of play, and it does mean that it is going to be the 6. Oh, big swing just going over the stumps. A little bit of a misfield there from, it's actually Neville behind the stumps. I thought it was Joe Clark. Is it Neville? Who's behind the stumps at the moment for the Melbourne Stars? Neville's not actually there, so I believe that is actually Joe Clark. Maybe Joe Clark's real name is Neville. I don't know where that has come from. Australia win the T20 as well. Says it Robert there on the chat as well, but at the moment it is going to be the coach or assistant coach, sorry, Andy Bitchell. Or Bitchell, sorry. Is that his last name, Bitchell? Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Michelle, also big cricket goal. No yawns or squiggles during the cricket scenes in 2022. That is pretty much like never going to happen. That's going to be going up as well, and it is taken by Elton Cartwright. That is the wicket of Duckett. And also we have got the weather gods favouring the Savage as well. We weren't this lucky in Australia as well. And also we have got there, Duckett will be the 5th player to hit the 100 as well, says Taylor there. Duckett unfortunately out now for himself. He has lost his wicket. And that is going to be him out for a total of 54 runs. And also do softball as well, says the girl YouTube. I haven't actually played much softball. I believe the last time that I did it was maybe at high school, I think it was, and pronounced Bickle as well. And there, that makes more sense rather than the one that I was saying as well. But Ben Ducker, he is going to be gone 54 runs. Unfortunately from though 35 balls faced. And now he is going to be gone, but it will be Heaslett now making his way out to the crease. And they do need to build up another solid partnership. Chris Lynn, if he loses his wicket, this game could be all but over. But if Heaslett can stick around, 21% chance for the Brisbane Heat to be able to win this game from here. I did mention before that it was just that little bit higher. What are we going to get to see here from Chris Lynn? You want to his newbie, sure, leave a like and subscribe. We have got a total of around 10 overs left, 60 balls for us to be able to see the result of this game. The Brisbane Heat, they've got to either get bowled out or they've got to chase down this total. I feel like there's no in between for them. They've got to either go 100% or they do possibly. Surely they don't look at the way that they go. It's pronounced Bickle, but spelt as Bickle as well there. Seems like Robert, but now at this stage, it looks like Courtenay. He has been bowling very well throughout this first stage, and also CH pronounced as the letter K as well. Says JA there, so it is Bickle. That one as well, but at the moment, Courtenay talking to Glenn Maxwell. These two will be discussing the field, and it looks like Glenn Maxwell wants to make a little bit of a change in the field here for Nathan Courtenay. Chris Linney is on strike. We know that the boundary's not long enough to contain this man. At the moment, Courtenay is going to be running back in. A little bit of a boo from the crowd as he was going back to his mark there. Just ended up getting the strides just a little bit wrong for Courtenay there. So shot down the ground from Chris Lynn. That is big, and that is 6 again for the Brisbane Heat. And at the moment, it seems like Chris Lynn might be turning it up just a little bit more. Andy Bickle is from Queensland as well. And there says JA, so there's a brilliant shot for Chris Lynn. Let's go straight down the ground. 93 metres. He didn't even look like he timed it that well, and he just absolutely smacks it over the boundary. And now he moves up onto 36 runs of 24 deliveries. 12:30 a.m. kickoff your time, Amish, as well for the Ashes. I'm hoping it's not delayed by half an hour again, because or else then it does always overlap a little bit with the Big Bash. But I believe actually the Big Bash tomorrow starts at 9:15. So there shouldn't be a Big Bash overlap. That's going to be a big shot there from Chris Lynn. Does it go all the way? And it does indeed. That's going to be another 6 runs for Chris Lynn. And now he sits up to 42 runs of 25 deliveries. Now the Heat have a 36% chance of being able to go on and win this match. And at the moment, Chris Lynn, he's looking like he is well and truly just swinging through the line of the ball. It's a long boundary as well, but he doesn't mind when he is sitting at 91 metres. Getting the half volley once again, and he does end up taking that one on. Says, I'll be having that one. And also we have got there in New Zealand, who's good sides? It's North better than South as well, says the girl YouTube. Is that for the softball side of it? The girl YouTube, do let me know. And this is a Lynn we know, as I said, Sebastian. Going to be nicely bowled by Courtenay, and he will be having the strike back for the next over as well. Sitting now 3 wickets down for 112 here after the 11 overs as well. They're right on par with how much they do need. They are going at 10.2 and over. They need 10.6 and over to be able to get the job done. We haven't had the power surge, or in fact, sorry, that was the first over of the power surge cricket as well. Or it depends. I know that the Auckland Aces are normally right up there, but at the moment, maybe someone along the lines of, I know Canterbury are doing not too bad. In fact, I will look at the Super Smash table and find out exactly who is sitting at the top as of this moment. I believe that it would also be maybe Central Districts. They'll be doing all right in the North Island. Right, where are we? Super Smash, Super Smash, Super Smash. We've actually got the Super Smash pretty much every single day at the moment, which is pretty awesome. They have got so many, but tables at the moment, it is at the top of the table. It is Northern who are sitting at the top. Canterbury and then Central Stags a little bit lower on. Oh, sorry, that's Northern Districts rather than Central Districts, I think I did call them. And also we have got there Let's Go Heat as well, says Taylor. And also we have got there, I've met Bickle before, Jay, as well. And also so have I, Rob. And Northern Brave are the best in New Zealand. Oh, sorry, who is the Districts? Am I thinking of a netball team called the Districts? It's going to be it up in the air there from Chris Lynn. He's got all of that one as well here. And that is going to be another 6 runs for Chris Lynn. He moves up onto 49. That is almost 3 6s in a row now for Chris Lynn when I was playing junior cricket for Queensland. As well, says Jay Hayes. And Adam Zampa just getting that line and length a little bit wrong this game. So coming more and more in favour of the Brisbane Heat as we speak. They've got a higher run rate now than they do need for the overs. And also Northern Districts Brave as well. They're one and the same as well. Says that Sebastian there. Chris Lynn gives himself space. Hits the ball hard over the field. And that is going to be another 4 runs there for Chris Lynn. This power surge has been expensive so far. Chris Lynn brings up the 50 runs. Brilliantly done. A good Kiwi show style as well. And there, thanks, says the girl YouTube. And there as well. And also we've got their nicey tours with here with the Ball Masters. As well, says Robert. And at the moment, Chris Lynn keeps on going and going and going. So good shot there, but it goes straight to the man. And it was Joe Burns who was able to field that one. Looked like he lost his balance just a little bit. Hinchcliffe going over and giving him a little bit of a bat on the back, saying, good job there, mate. So they need to stop as many as they can from racing through to the boundary. As soon as the ball goes to the boundary when it's Chris Lynn, it's more than likely going on the full, or it has got 1,000 miles an hour on it as well, but 42% chance that they win this one as well. Chris Lynn plays sensibly, and that is going to be the dot ball there. Well bowled by Adam Zampa. He's got a big old smile on his face at the moment. He's loving it, Zampa. Can he get the wicket of Chris Lynn? I feel like these two, they love playing up against each other. Zampa, it is that challenge in the first over that Zampa was bowling in the power play. We did see Chris Lynn be a little bit hesitant. He doesn't look hesitant anymore now. Chris Lynn saying some colourful words, I guess you could say as well. Chris Lynn not too happy with that one from Adam Zampa. Also, will Lynn get a ton as well, says Jay. If he does, they win this game. If he doesn't, I would say they probably don't win this game. To be honest, it's all on Chris Lynn's shoulders at the moment. He does handle the pressure pretty well. Normally, that one's going over the outfield once again, and that's going to be another 4 runs to close out the over. Was expensive from Zampa, but when you got Chris Lynn at the crease, and he is in form, he moves up to 57 now off 32 and 35 runs off the power surge there as well. And also we have got there Bulls Queensland Shield cricket team, that Joe Burns and Jimmy Pearson and Heaslett as well, and Stickety, and Swepson and Nessa play for Hamish as well. And there says Robert, I think that's actually, no, I wasn't quite at that level on Cricket 19. I was going to say, I think I signed for one of those sides, but I didn't quite get to that next level up. Sadly, I was close. Just never quite got there. Now at this stage, it looks like it's going to be Case Ahmed. Now he will be having the bowl. But at the moment, the timeline, it's very impressive from Chris Lynn. The fact that he's been able to go 6, 6, 1, 6, 4, ... That was well done from Zampa, but then another 4 to close out that over. Like I mentioned, 35 from just the 2 overs there for them. And at the moment, 10.3 required runs per over. What does Heaslett do? He hasn't actually faced the ball yet. And this is going to be his first one. Hits it to the leg side. Tries to pierce the gap as well. And it looks like he's going to be getting at least 2 here. Stoinis fielding it nicely. And that is going to be the 2 runs for the Brisbane Heat. Lynn for the century as well. Says Robert, it's looking pretty good for him at the moment. They're sitting on 128. So I feel like my prediction once again is going to be a mile off. I was going to go 189. And I think I cut it right down to 169, did I? In the end, 179. Okay, I went halfway in between. In the end, I feel like I'm not going to have it too close. Jimmy Amar as well. Also, James Hobbs and Matty Hayden. Many players who play for the Queensland Bulls as well. And there's Jay Hayes. But at the moment now, Case Ahmed. It's hit down the ground there from Easler. That's a nice shot. It's going to be cut off beautifully, though, by Joe Burns, and does keep it to just a single. Every time that ball does not travel to the boundary, that is a bonus for the Melbourne Stars. The moment they're talking to Ben Duckett, will be relatively happy with his innings, but he would have loved to be out there right to the end of this one. Case Ahmed, he is a very talented bowler. He did end up going for quite a few runs in the first over, but This is going to be a time to go now. That's going to be whipped to the leg side, and it is a dot ball there. Chris Lynn on strike. The big man, the powerful man as well for Chris Lynn. I'm just going to have a quick look. I know that we had a couple more postponed games for the A-League. Do we have any more postponed games for the rugby side of it as well? I know that Glasgow's supposed to be playing. It's it down the ground. It is taken there. Chris Lynn gone. Andre Russell does take the catch there, and that is going to be the end of Lynn now. And man, people thumbs up as well. Merry Christmas as well, says the girl YouTube, right back at you, mate. And hopefully, you did have a good Christmas as well. And also, is that the country state cricket league for Australia is something, or like the same where the Southern Redbacks play? That says Sebastian McChrystlin there. Hits it straight down the ground, straight to Case Ahmed. And that is going to be that big old wicket that they did need if they did want a chance. Andre Russell, he ends up taking that catch. He almost ends up walking onto the boundary there, Andre Russell. I wonder what would have happened if he took that catch and then on about the fifth step, stepped over the boundary. I don't know whether or not it does change too much for Chris Lynn. He has gone. He's disappointed. 57 of 34. He knew that the game was in his hands, and now he has lost his wicket. Pearson and Heath, they are the last chance here for the Brisbane Heat to be able to go on and win this game. Anyone after that, I feel it might just be a little bit too little too late for them. As I also said, it's the State League as well. And there, and I'll say, yes, there's Jay. But there, Toulon versus Bordeaux, Racing 92 versus Pau. And at this stage, just the two games that will be taking place today for the top 14. And then the Gallagher Premiership at this stage is still taking place between Harlequins and Northampton. But it seems to be so many games at the moment for the Rugby World getting cancelled, which is why it's been tough to be able to kind of find a schedule for those ones that work. Because some of the games, like, they're only getting cancelled pretty much just beforehand as well. So I go, right, I'm going to do this live stream. I get everything set up. And then it's like, hey, by the way, this game's been cancelled. And sorry, I left for a few minutes watching this. Made me very hungry. Oh, hot chips as well. You've done very well. Cheers. Do you play, or do you have to play for Brisbane Heat to qualify for the Bulls? Or do you have to play, or do you have to be from Queensland as well? And kind of like the same as New South Wales and Queensland in the state of origin as well. No flashing tonight, thank goodness as well. Says Aiden there, yeah, at the moment they are going to need a total of 78 runs off 43 balls. The thing is, it's still slightly doable here for them. It's 20% likely that the Brisbane Heat will be able to go on and win this game, but he's looking at a long ball, piercing it at a long ball. Oh, he's just missed that one, though. And Queensland Bulls, New South Wales Blues, also we have got there Western Australia Warriors, Victorian Bushrangers, South Australian Redbacks, and Tasmania Tigers as well. Says the rubber, that will be in the over. 13 overs down, and it is going to be 130 for 4 here. So still another 42 deliveries left. No flashing, just a koala picture as well. And there says JAs. There was indeed a picture of a koala on this one as well, which was fun, of course, for the time. I've also got one with me with a couple of mascots, but that's not being shown either. Or I guess being shown as well, I should say, because we did end up showing that other one as well. But Maxwell at the moment, he has gone for 8 runs so far per over. And at the moment, they're just talking about the fact that Glenn Maxwell, he's finding it a little bit hard to juggle the captaincy side of it alongside being the kind of watching his own performance as well while he is at it as well. But it is going to be the dead ball. Jimmy Pearson now he is going to be rearing to go. 1 run off 1 ball here. Oh, it's a good ball from Maxwell. He ends up really whipping it through. And it looks like they are going to be going for the 2 runs here. It's going to be close. Oh, I think he might be gone there with the run out. They're going to have to go upstairs. Did he get there, Jimmy Pearson, or will he be out? And if he is out, I did mention about the fact that that might be the wicket that they needed. It's extremely close. It's probably a 6-inch sub from Subway, either in or out for that one as well. Smack that like button. If you just joined, it's free as well. Says Jay, or it may even be a little bit smaller than a 6-inch sub from Subway, like a 3-inch sub there. The bat's in the air. The batter's in the air. The batter's not grounded. That is going to be Jimmy Pearson. He is going to be out. And that is going to be another wicket gone. They're just checking any other angles to see whether or not maybe Joe Clark did end up. That batter's in the air. That's going to be him out. And that's the end for Jimmy Pearson. We have got there for instance, can Lynn play for the Western Australia Warriors if he's in a heat squad via the BBL as well? Says Sebastian. That is actually a very good question that I'm not too sure of the answer of, but that is Jimmy Pearson out. Not what they wanted there. Not ideal. Well, in the BBL, sorry, rather than via the BBL. That is nicely done by the Melbourne Stars. Now they've got them 5 down. Now that's the thing, they lost 9 wickets. I feel like the Brisbane Heat could actually be pretty similar here. Can you do the helicopter with a free inch sub? Asking for a mate as well, says JAs. I feel like it's doable. You know, as long as you're causing some, I don't want to go into the physics behind it, but as long as you're causing some sort of rotation, I feel like that's a helicopter in its own right. Cheers to that. Also, for example, Joe Burns plays for the Stars. It is a Queensland Bulls player as well. Says Robert there in the chat. Oh, after this over, would you guys mind if I went and put some chips in an air fryer? Just so that they are ready a little bit earlier rather than waiting 35 minutes after the match. Would that be, I guess, acceptable? As I'm winning the dono war. As I was Xavier Brown, thank you very much for the donation, mate. Usually I appreciate an helicopter with the tick. As Alfred Sebastian there. Yeah, do appreciate you being back, mate. At this stage, you did actually receive 2 points, Xavier, for that first innings of this matchup. So you're now sitting on 2 points in the scheme of things. So pretty much it is before every single BBL game, before the innings for both first and second teams, we do end up trying to predict, and whoever is closest gets themselves some points. And you were second closest, so you do receive the 2 for that one as well. That's going to be, once again, another 1 run to the leg side, and they do just get the 1 that time. Not willing to risk the 2. And the girl YouTube says that do it there as well for that one. So yeah, I guess I will be going to put some chips in the air fryer after this over, or maybe one more over so that there's only the 5 left. No, we should be all right, I think. And bro, I'm having pizza as well, says at the girl YouTube. So yeah, after this one, I will end up going and filling up the air fryer with some chips. I think I'll go crinkle cut as well, and also over there. The 1 was Nov Mum, 2 was Xavier Brown, and then 3 was Music Kiwi for the star innings. As well, says Sebastian there. Oh, ball by Maxwell. I'll be chasing that one. Not able to get to it, but it is just going to be kept to the single there. As on also send Isaac to Melbourne as on as well, says Xavier Brown. It is indeed. By the sounds of it, I mean, Robert mentioned about the fact that for 4-day pass for the F1 was $850 or something like that, which is very expensive. I usually get to as well. Please tell me you have chicken salt in New Zealand as well, says J8. We do indeed. They'll probably will just have plain salt on them for the stage. They take on the 2, just the 4 off that over a Maxwell. Cheers, Rob, as well. So it depends on where you're from rather than your BBL side as well. So what we will be doing is we will be back in a very short moment, ladies and gentlemen. I am just going to quickly go and put some chips in an air fryer. Right, we are back. I've put the chips in the air fryer, 35 minutes as well. They have got at the moment chips in the air fryer and a quick poo as well, says JA's. Also, we've got their sweet potato chips over normal chips as well. Now it is going to be hit back down the ground, and it is once again going to be the dot ball. I always realize that I forget to put it so that it is updating the scoreboard, I believe. And they can sign international players as well for the one in Australia for the state competition, I believe that is. But at the moment now, Case Army has been bowling very nicely so far by the looks of it. It hasn't really gone for too many runs, although that's going to be a couple more. I know it's going to be racing close to the boundary, but Bo Webster. Actually, that was Brody Couch able to cut that one off as well for himself. Case Ahmed is sitting on 2 for 16 here for his first 2.5 overs. He's been very effective, and I believe that is why it does seem like we haven't really seen too much. Like, that's the thing. It was flying by that over, and I believe that was because of the fact that there were 4 dot balls in a row. That's going to be an extremely good over there for Case Ahmed. Absolutely brilliant from him, and that is going to cut it down big time. Now, all of a sudden, maybe my 179 is not looking too bad. Right, but in the Shield, you can obviously have Aussie players, right? Overseas players are just for the BBL teams, as well as Sebastian there and the chat as well, but this stage, 136 for 6 here for the Heat. Wait a minute. 136 for 6. Where did Besley go? Did Besley get bowled this over? Did he get bowled this over? Wait. I was just trying to work it out. Sticking his face 5 balls. Where did Besley go? I think Besley got bowled. Maxwell there. It'll be nicely played once again. Is he gone as well? Australian citizens, yeah, as well, correct. Says I'm going to have to check this one. I was wondering where the player went, but I think Besley went out because they are 6 down now. Was it the first ball off Case Ahmed's over? That would be probably very much expected that the first ball that I am away is a wicket. Just because of it as well, and also for the Shield, says JA's. Now Glenn Maxwell almost working it to the leg side. Not quite able to connect with it, though. They require 70 runs. Yeah, it was a wicket. Ahmed was able to get Besley out with a bold. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that one after the match. Does take place. Big old hit down the ground from Stickety. And that is just going to be the single once again. At the moment, he is frustrated with the way that they are going. They still need a lot more runs. Glenn Maxwell, though, being very, very much so economical, and also be over there. Cheers, lads. Just educating myself as well. And there's Sebastian. That's going to be a big shot there from Easley. Goes straight out to the man there, Andre Russell. And that will be kept to just the one there. Good work in the deep from the Melbourne Stars. And also, yeah, Besley's out at 169. Looking good as well. Says JA's. So how many here? I had 179. I hope it goes just a little bit higher for myself, possibly. And also at this stage, everyone's saying 170 as well, I do see. So that's the thing. If it's 170, there will be quite a few people who are getting rewarded. That's a nice shot down the ground. But once again, it is going to be cut off. And they do just get the single once again. Maxwell at the moment, it seems like they're in a bit of a hurry to get through the rest of this. What the Kiwi lads predict here? I said 179. So they would need another 39 off their last pretty much 4 overs of this match. So it won't be easy for them to do so. But I feel like Heaslett, if he get one or two boundaries, I should say, that could be one. That could be one. That could be one. That is one. That is going to be 6 runs there for Heaslett, and that is going to be going all the way. And also Sheffield Shield and Marsh Cup as well. Says Sebastian there in the chat. And also we've got there, but tomorrow Perth smash as well. Remember, Glenn Maxwell's famous out of the at the Gabba where he just left the ball as well. And there says Xavier Brown there. Oh, I remember that one. Now I think about it, was that when they had like that big cinematic and they were like the big show? And then he was like, and then it just went straight through him and bowled him, I believe it was. And 7 I predicted 208 as well. And do you have a PAV? Or did you have a PAV as well? I did have a mini PAV for Christmas in the end. We do end up getting the mini ones and then just have more cream with them. I guess you'd say as well on the 6th there. Says Sebastian, but at the moment, Adam Zampi's been going for 10 runs and over. Stickety going to be on strike. Just try and absolutely smack that one down the ground. They do get through for the 1 by there. He was trying to take the top off that ball, but now it is going to be Heaslett on strike. If he loses his wicket, maybe they struggle to get to that 170 or so. But if he does end up staying out there for a little bit longer, is there still slight chance? They need 16 a run, or 16 and over, sorry, from here. I don't see them being able to do it. Let's try and hit it down the ground. Doesn't get all of it there. Oh, yes, he does easily. Has raced away to the boundary. And also what a mini pav as well. And this is the girl YouTube. So pretty much rather than a pavlova being I guess your pavlova is normally about a cake size or something like that. Pretty much a mini pav is about that big or so. And it's kind of just a miniature pavlova that you do put your cream and your fruit and whatnot. I kind of honestly on 6 there. Says Robert. At the moment now, he is sitting on 16 runs off 8 deliveries. He's got a shot down the ground once again. They go straight to the man, and that is going to be the single once again. The mini Mirage as well. It's a mini meringue, sorry, I believe that is as well. I said that in a very fancy way the first time, even though it was nowhere near the pronunciation. About 56 runs in it off 21. Stickety, yeah, he's sitting on 2 runs off 9 deliveries. So just been bowling very well to him, and he hasn't really been able to break away and get any sort of real big bat on the ball. Tries that out hard, and that's a good shot there from Stickety, but it goes straight to Andre Russell, who was it down the ground. Yeah, what's got there? And who created the pav? Lol, was it the Kiwis or the Aussies? We've already had this conversation today, I believe it was earlier on, and it was a relatively, and then we decided we can share it. Kiwis and Aussies, surely we can get along, right? Us trans-Tasman neighbours. It's going to be a shot there from Easlet. They do get the single as well, both according to Google as well. Says Robert, that will be the end of the over, and it moves up to 154 for 6 here for the Brisbane Heat. Second, he's sitting on 3 runs off 10 deliveries. He will be on strike now. Sorry, there's still 1 ball left of this over here. Stickety has lost this wicket there. He missed it, and that has gone straight through him, and Zampa picks up a wicket for himself, his first wicket of the day. And he has gone 1 for 37 there off his 4 overs. Probably a very good performance there from Zampa. He did have to bowl the power surge when there was a raging Chris Lynn at the crease as well. He just puts it on the stumps there. Zampa cleans up the off stump, or the leg stump, sorry, and that is going to be the wicket of Stickety there as well. It doesn't seem like it wants to update my scoreboard. Okay, there we go. No. Did you see that? It kind of went from 16.1 and went back to 16. See, 16.1. We're a bit ahead of that, though. This stage, hopefully, it does catch up in a very short moment. As on, also, we'll be there out from Sebastian and Robert there as well. And now will be Kuhneman making his way to the crease. They are sitting 154 for 7. Do not believe the scoreboard just yet. I like an Anzac biscuit as well. Says that I think YouTube. And there's yeah, true. And also, and did you know that Australia also has a West Island? It's called Australia as well. We love our Kiwi brothers as well. Says that JA's there. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people, they have that rivalry with New Zealand and Australia, but overall, like, we visit you enough. You guys visit us enough. It's kind of like a little bit of a sibling rivalry, I guess, how both of them just want to be that little bit better than the other sibling. But at the end of the day, if one of us was getting beaten up, the other sibling would probably step in and try and help them out a little bit. I feel like I haven't used that analogy before, but it almost made sense. So we'll go with it. So we have got their piece, bro. And the chat says the girl YouTube. We will see you later on, mate. Brody Couch, that's a good ramp shot there. And it's going to be racing close to the boundary there. Zampa are able to cut it off, though. And they will get back for the 2 runs as well. New Zealand and Australia are allies as well. And this is Robert. I almost just choked on my Fanta. That would have been unfortunate. That would have made me very sad. But luckily, I did not quite. At the moment, Kuhneman now. Oh. Cottonau has actually left the field. That's going to be another 4 runs there for Easlet. Oh, and the rain's starting to come in. Now, if it gets rained off, normally we do end up saying if it rains, it means that we can't actually count any other points for this one. So New Zealand and Australia allies. And hey, mate, what is the time over there in New Zealand where you are as well? It says AFL. We are currently sitting at 2:10 a.m. here in New Zealand. So it's a late night one at the moment for us. That is for sure. I imagine getting finally getting a sponsorship from Fanta and choking on it during your halftime promo as well. It'll be 3 a.m. Oh, it's almost sitting at 3 a.m. hit down the ground there, and it looks like they do want the 2 runs quickly, and they should be able to get back there not too badly. Yes, nicely done there between the wickets for the Brisbane Heat. They move up onto 162 now. So a couple overs left. Zavin, can you do the Quins game? Today at 6 a.m. your time. So says Xavier Brown. I probably will have to sleep at some stage, unfortunately. I really am keen to watch that game up against Northampton, though. But yeah, it might be just a little bit too late. Definitely with the Ashes tomorrow alongside the BBL, it may end up being a little bit tough to be able to juggle them all. Oh, dot ball there for Hazelham. At the moment, he is definitely a player who might be able to change this game around for the Brisbane Heat. Yes, they need a huge amount of run, and it will be interesting. It'll be asleep for the Ashes as well, says Robert. I feel like I'll still end up watching. What's your prediction for that game, though? I think the Harlequins win it 32 points to 18. Although I'll sleep as well, says Sebastian there. And I was like, Jay, and there from Xavier Brown. Yeah, we'll go 32-18 in favour of the Harlequins. I'm actually going to write that down so that I can see how close I was to that prediction being right. That's gone straight up in the air there from Isa. It's gone extremely high. Who wants it? No one wants it. He's taken it, though. Brilliant catch there by, I believe it was Bo Webster, was able to line that one up as well. Very nicely done. There we go. We'll find this one. So what did I say? 32-18. There we go. That is my prediction for that one. Will Bath ever or get a win this year, do you think, as well? I hope they get one as well. I predict 38-25 for the Quins. So we're going to put that one down as well while we're at it. One moment. We'll go like this, and we will go like that. Oopsies. I got rid of my thingy. Like that. And Sebastian has said 38-25 in that game. I guess anyone else who wants to have a bit of a prediction of that game, do let me know. It doesn't count towards points or anything. Just a wee guess at how much you think it will be. It's in a few hours. It's Ashes again. I guess Australia will win at lunch tomorrow as well, and not enough barley sugar in the world to keep Hamish awake for that long as well, says Jay Hayes. Yeah, it's a tough one. I have actually, that's the thing, from live streaming before, I've done about a 28-hour shift of it as well. It was rough. It was hard to do. We ended up streaming for about, I think it was like 18 or 19 of those 28 hours, and I predict 28-12 as well, says Robert. 28-12 there as well. As for Robert as well. But now it is going to be Couch. Big bouncer bowled. It's gone through, and it is going to be the dot ball there. Nicely bowled there. Moment, Kuhneman and also Majip. Okay. So that was a very tough one. There is a Quins Rugby Club in Melbourne as well. They are just talking about that catch for him as well. It was absolutely bucketing down. Was able to take a stunner of a catch for himself there. And in the end, Bo Webster, I swear that one was up in the air for probably about 7 seconds at least. Or no, not probably 7, but at least 5 up for the Harlequins. Right, boys, are exactly right for that game. Of course, going for the Quins in that one. And now it's a good shot down the ground from Kuhneman. Gets it through the gap, and that's going to be 4 runs there from him. And that now moves up to 166 runs here for the Brisbane Heat. It's a good shot from Kuhneman. They are showing Majip, but it wasn't him who hit the ball. It was, in the end, Kuhneman was able to get it through. Who do you go for in the premiership as well, says Xavier Brown. And yes, Seb as well. And the wicket needed as well, says Jay. They do indeed need one. They need 2, really. If they bowl them out here, it would be very impressive. It's a good shot down the ground there once again. It looks like Kuhneman does want just the 1 run. They get it in the end. Majip, he is going to get a little bit more strike here. 41 runs needed off 10 balls at 24.6 runs per over. And also what happened to the rain you were talking about as well. It was bucketing down, but then apparently now it has dried up a little bit more. Will Rugby 22 have play a career? I hope it does, but I think it will be more than likely similar to what they have for the last one. Now it's more of a career mode in terms of the coaching side of it. But we will be downloading that as soon as it comes out, and I will be having plenty of videos coming on the channel as well. That's brilliant work behind the stumps, but it is going to be given as not out as well. Okay, Samir, very nice ball down the leg side and away. Very good stump work as well from Joe Clark. 114 Ks. That ball was bowled out there as well, going into the deep, and Joe Burns is able to cut it off as well. Two Afghanistan players both going at each other for this one. And now it is going to be Kunima once again, who will be there. 168 at the moment the Heat are sitting on for this game. They're ticking up quite nicely here. Once they did lose Chrislin, that's really where the run rate has slowed down big time. It's going to be hit down the ground there. Not struck it too nicely. Oh, yes, he is indeed. It's almost gone straight through the middle there. But yeah, Xavier, I'm a fanatic of the Quins fan as well. And also Rugby 22 as Will Skelton as cover star as well. So yeah, at least we get to play as Big Will Skelton for that one as well. And a Quins fan, as you can possibly imagine as well, says Sebastian there as well for the Harlequins. So he'll be open. They can get themselves a nice big win over the Northampton Saints as well. But they move up now onto 172 here for the Brisbane Heat. Going to be in the slot once again. I think he struck that one just a little bit nice. Oh, great work there from Maxwell. And that is going to be an absolutely phenomenal take from the skipper. He ended up just skipping sideways, and then he was able to just keep his feet in the field of play and take that catch for them. And that is going to be the 9th one down now. Case Ahmed closes out his over. He does get himself 3. Maxwell takes the catch, keeps the balance, and is able to just nail it in the field as well. That is about as calm of a catch as you will see in the outfield. I should have actually done it at 10 overs. I realize now, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the style of chip making, should have gone a little bit earlier. They will still be only around 15 minutes away, though, which is going to be very nice at the end of this one. But anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're back tomorrow. Sydney Thunder taking on the Perth Scorchers. That will be an absolutely awesome matchup. And now at the moment, it is going to be Guthrie making his way out there. They need a few more runs for me to be right as well. Could be all out here as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, I feel like at this stage, you don't need to try and hit the ball in the air. You just got to try and survive the 6 balls at the end of this one. I'm not too sure who they're going to be going with there, whether they go with Maxwell, whether they go with the pace bowler instead. There's Andre Russell. Majip there with a nice shot. Cut off there by Bo Webster, and that is going to be the single. So I believe with people predicting 170, it means that they do need to get to probably 175 before I do get myself the points. If I do get the first place, I think it would actually give me first place if I did get a couple more runs here on the board. So Guthrie, please don't go out, mate. Do need myself a few more points. I need as many of them as I can get as well. I need play for the draw as well. Says that JA's there, giving himself space. Cheers, Andre. That's going to be the wide. That's 1 extra now. So at the moment, I believe it's very close at the moment between these two sides in terms of who is going to be getting the points. I believe there was actually someone in the mid-170s as well, which may cause a little bit. Oh, no, he's going for the big shot. That's going in the air. There's no one back there. It's 6 runs. It's gone for 6 there. Nice shot. 180 they bring up now for it as well. I didn't actually realize there was no one back there. He didn't sound like he struck it very nicely, but it's the short end of the ground. Guthrie gets 6 runs of his first delivery. And he's praying for rain in order to draw as well. That's the thing. If it rain happens, though, I did make the rule. Sorry. I did make the rule that if it does end up raining heavily enough, and will Guthrie beat his high score, Amish, as well? What's his high score? I believe it was 8, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong, or was it 6? So he just needs another run. If that is the case, I know it was either 6 or 8 for him as well. 3 more balls left now for Guthrie. They need a total of 34 runs. Tries the ramp shot, misses it again. That given as a wide. It was given as a wide, so they move up to 181. 2 more 6s, says Novmum as well. And then, if they get a couple more 6s, I believe, Novmum, you said 200 or somewhere around there, didn't you? Or 195, I think it was. Going to be hit there to the leg side, and that is going to be the single there. Just the 1. Actually, sorry, 2 balls left. And this one and 6 as well, says Robert there. He wants another one. Right, what else have we got? I'm just looking at all the predictions that we did have. We had 172 in there as well, though that did change to 170. We had also, and there, that was actually the earlier one as well. I shot there from a Jeep, and they will get themselves a single there. Just 1 delivery left, and then this one, and Brisbane chasing it down. So that is actually where the predictions came from. There actually aren't too many that were above 170 in this one as well. It was either everyone was saying that they were going to be able to win 192 as well. Says the Novmum there for her prediction in this one as well. It's a good shot down the ground. That's going to be a very nice shot. Maxwell trying to chase it down, and it does end up racing away. And that is going to be now 180. I want to say it's 187, isn't it? 187. And Novmum is 192. So I'm just going to check that one again to try and find the earlier one for Novmum, because I feel like I might have missed it just a little bit. And I want to make sure that I have got the right one up for that one as well. Your scoreboard is miles behind. I saw that one a little bit earlier on. 2 balls left there. Where is the Nov of the mum? Novmum. That's hard to say. 5 times fast. And in there, that was the koala part. Novmum, 192 for 6 is the prediction there. So because of that, that means that she gets the points. You snuck them, Novmum. You bet me right at the last moment. That 4 ruined me at the end. But that is all right. Tell you what, Novmum, you've had a good day. You actually got both of these innings. 3 points. Fair play. Fair play. That's very impressive. And then Kiwi Lad, I get myself a couple points for myself, and that is going to be in second place. And then in third, the next closest, I believe it would have been Paddy, but he changed his answer to 70 instead. I see that you've changed to 170, so it is going to be instead, it is actually Brandon with 171 was able to get himself the 1 point there at the end as well. I'm sure he will be happy about that when I do let him know about it next. But nonetheless, that is the results as well. We always got there. Well, a moment, we will go back down to the newest comments on the video. We always got there. We were close, Rob. If only Lynn lasted a bit longer as well. She said 192. Said myself, Aiden went for 208 as well there. And Dan also, where am I? Where am I on the board now? I believe you've got yourself 6 points. I think you've got 7 points. You'll be right up near the top, I think. And Novmum, mod me. I love you, please, as well. And I was a Novmum with the medal as well. And saw Rob Leota today at the shops as well. Says Xavier Brown. So that would have been pretty awesome to be able to see him and Novmum on the game tonight. She was indeed. Nailed both games, getting first in both for them. First for the 2 innings. It's all very impressive. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And do you like what do you like to do with your chips? On the side or on top, or no sauce as well? Says Xavier Brown. I'll probably end up having no sauce, but normally I'm a sauce to the side kind of guy. Or if I'm feeling a bit adventurous, I will put the sauce on top and leave it there for a little bit longer. We have got their cheers as well, says Jay, and also cheers for the stream owners. Cheers everyone for tuning in, says Sebastian as well. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Where am I on the board? Number 5 as well. Says it was there from Robert. One moment, we'll have a quick look. So, Robert, you have got yourself, I believe you're sitting on 5 points at the moment, Robert. If I'm not wrong down on that note, I'm off to bed. See you on the flip side as well, says Novmum. So, yeah, we will see you all for the later stages. Tomorrow, Scorchers versus Thunder, and also possibly the last day of the Ashes, but we will see you.